900,000 men. We didn't. Nobody said that. Why are you making these numbers up?
Well,
that's what I'm saying. We're saying roughly.
No,
We say 50% of 2%.
no. Because half of them are not all adults. So you need to account also for children that are men. So yeah, but you need to also think that this is not
propaganda.
This is not a
Zionist propaganda.
What's the propaganda? What is the propaganda if it's called critical thinking?
This is bullshit. These all was propaganda.
This is not
I don't even have a definite number.
I'm gonna move him down. This is not a formal military. This is not for a cause, quote unquote. So you don't need to be officially part of Hamas. You just need to be wanting to die for the same cause that Hamas is fighting. And they're brainwashed since they are very little children, including women.
So we can't accept the UN numbers that there are 20 to 40,000 Hamas.
The UN gets their numbers from Hamas.
Correct.
So the UN is off about 800,000 members.
What do you mean?
Because she said most of the men.
The UN gets its numbers from Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist.
You say don't tell the real Gaza and farm militant. Right?
And you need to account for the children, so it's not half the population. And if you had a brain, you would understand that when you are talking about demographics in any country, you cannot account. I mean, you have roughly 50% women and men in every place in the world, but then you need to account for children, and then you need to account for old people. You need to account for old people. We're talking here about active adults that are able to take part in society.
This is so weird. Israel knows if they're fighting 900,000 people or not. Israel knows if they're fighting 1 million people or not, okay? The UN says there's 20 to 40,000 Hamas members.
But he's not really told that Israel says they killed 1 million people or targeted 1 million people.
Your propaganda won't stick.
I mean, Othello, what's the propaganda? What point are you trying to make? What's your question?
She says that most of the men in Gaza are militants, are Hamas, right? The UN is reporting that there's 20 to 40,000 members of Hamas. Now she also told me that there's 2 million Gazans.
All right,
And you want to say, okay, about half of them.
do you want to go one point at a time?
So you're telling me that the Israelis
Othello, you're going too fast.
people right now.
Hang on, Othello, you're going too fast. Go 1 point at a time. 1 point at a time. Yes. Most people in Gaza, say 70% or so, are sympathetic to Hamas or would vote for Hamas. Is that your question, Othello?
No, she said.
Okay. Don't worry about what anybody individual says. What point are you trying to make?
What I'm trying to make is she's saying most of the men in Gaza are Hamas.
Yeah, okay. And so you have a question about it or what?
No, because the UN already gave the number. There's 20,000 to 40,000 Hamas members. So we
I
can't.
think you're talking about active fighters. That's the distinction. And we're talking about people who are also politically sympathetic.
So for you need to be enlisted.
The same way people joined the Nazi Party, even though they weren't necessarily fighting in the Nazi army. So sort of a
They're
similar
not
thing.
fighting and they die.
Yeah.
You can thus use propaganda and say that they were militant.
No,
They're not fighting.
You don't need to say that.
No, they're not fighting.
You don't need to say that. So people die in war, and there's collateral damage. And when the military embeds its assets in civilian areas, that maximizes the numbers of civilian deaths by design of the terrorists. Are you with me so far?
I'm here with you, but what I'm saying is propaganda.
So which part did you understand what I just said, though?
I know what you're saying.
Okay, do you dispute it? Okay, we agree.
When we get to the numbers, they don't add up.
Okay, we're talking about 2 different categories of people, fighters and civilians who are sympathetic to Hamas. The big problem is the fighters. Now, the weird thing is that they will pass the weapons off to anybody around. For example, you go into an apartment and the father will hand off the gun to the wife and the wife will hand off the gun to the kid. And who do you shoot at that point? That's a bit of a
I
problem.
mean, yeah, bombs are headed in their way. You got to protect what you got to protect at that point. Once they kick in your door, waving the 4-4,
Okay.
and all bets are off.
So then they're not civilians anymore. So they're not. So they're not civilians anymore. They're holding the gun, they're no longer a civilian. And let me give you some more. Wait, hang on. If you're holding a gun, you're not a civilian. That's the law. But moreover, our friend on this app, who you could meet yourself, was kept in a civilian home. So now we have civilians who are holding hostages. That also makes them a legal target and a combatant. You still with me?
That's right.
Listen,
I'm listening.
there's not 900,000 members of Hamas and 900,000 militant men.
This
Okay,
guy is
fine.
retarded.
It's not. So what's your point?
She said that most of the men in Gaza, she
Yeah.
said all of the men in Gaza are militant. Let's just say 98% of the men in Gaza.
Let's call it 80%. Let's say it's 80%, which seems
Not
right.
80%.
Well, that's what the polls tell us. So I don't know how
Tell us.
it's what the polls tell us, that about 80% is sympathetic or voted for Hamas and favor Hamas. Because remember, Hamas is also a political organization. They control every aspect of life. Every picture taken has to be approved by them. Every line of copy that comes out from any journalist has to be approved by them. Every time you pay for something, you got to pay them a tax. Every time you eat. Yeah. Did you hear what I said, though? They control every aspect of civilian
If
life.
Hamas really had 900,000 people,
Yeah.
militant people at their whim that they could
Yeah.
train up,
Yeah.
then it would be a different story.
Okay, you're getting a little stuck on the 900.
It's 20 to 40,000 members.
Well, it depends on
That's
who.
not most men in
That
Gaza.
means that's not members. You're not making the distinction between political Hamas and army Hamas.
40,000 members are the ones that have gotten killed during.
Why are you laughing, Othello? Why are you laughing?
Because there's only 20 to 40,000 members of
Oh my God! Yeah, and
According to one
you think
calculation,
that the UN have access to the records of who is Hamas?
the UN gets the info from Hamas.
But you were just going off the UN. You were just going off the UN.
The UN gets the info
That's
from
what I'm saying.
Hamas.
One day you like the UN.
I
No, I don't like the UN, but
One day it supports your narrative. You use it.
no. I don't like the UN.
I honestly don't think you have a point, Othello.
I do have a
Yeah,
point.
All right, let's hear your
She
point.
said that she lied. She
Never
said-
mind she. Never mind she. What is your point?
No. I was responding to
I
her.
am
Not you.
Okay, never mind her point. What, do you have anything to say other than you
No,
disagree with
don't
me?
interrupt me. I
I'm not
was speaking to
interrupting
her, and I was speaking to her
Okay.
point. If her point is
Okay,
wrong, then
all right,
say
so
it.
we're done with that. We're done with her point. You disagree with her point.
If
Great.
her point is wrong, then say it, Norm. Say it. Say it.
I'm not making her point. I'm not making, you don't understand her point.
I
So
said
you're
most of
you're
the
creating a straw man from her point.
correct.
No.
No?
And
Yes.
Norm
Yes.
even talked to you and said 70 or 80% of the men are
According to
of
polls.
the whole population are Hamas supporters.
And men and women. Men and women. But we don't know if they're militant or not.
They're not
And
militant.
We can't say that if there was an election.
we don't know.
No, it's not propaganda.
Again, Othello.
Propaganda. It's called election
If
statistics.
they had access to 900,000 men, then they would have trained them.
It doesn't matter what Isa says or I say. Neither you nor I know exactly how many Hamas there are. And they're not letting us know. What we do know is that we're fighting them. Now, regardless.
Her point is wrong. That's the whole
Okay,
thing.
fine. You disagree with her point. Great. You disagree. Great. You're not letting any. Great. She didn't lie. You just
She
disagree
lied
with
to
her.
the room.
No, you just disagree
I
with
didn't
her.
lie to
She
you.
lied to the room.
I am explaining to you the numbers and how the logic works. Now, if you don't agree with that, that's another story. But I'm
You
just
don't
saying.
even have the numbers. You don't even know how many
You're welcome to agree or
men there
disagree.
are. You don't even have
Okay,
the
so
numbers.
I'm ready to send him down. He's fixated on you. You
Yeah.
got
You're trying to pick
You
up
haven't
who might have something
Othello.
intellectual. You don't
Othello,
even have the numbers.
with the East on her side,
If there's no intellectual, you don't have.
she's an intellectual. She's
You don't have.
Everybody say goodbye to Othello.
What are you lying about?
Everything. I am a liar.
She's not really a virgin. I heard it from
Yeah,
excellent
that's
authority. But you can become a virgin again. What's that?
Is that Hamas has total control over all of the education of the children, and they basically are raising these children to be soldiers, and they have been since 2006 happens to children as early as age 6.
Unfortunately, you're 100% correct.
So a couple of things here that I've like witnessed. I was listening and I was hoping you'd get through East. I knew there was one more point you needed to go. For the record, after you spend a night with me by fire, there's no
Oh my
problem.
God, Brian.
She's never going to be a virgin again. I just promise you that.
I cannot believe that he pulled the exact same move with me. I can't believe it.
So,
Does that make me hermanos de leche?
Oh my God, that's disgusting, Norm.
gracias.
Ugh.
But I mean,
Anyway.
so the fighting thing. First off, he was going. You don't have 70,000 fighters. We don't know who the fighters are because we don't wage war. They don't wage war that.
They are not enlisted. Like
They're not.
in the
It's
US
not an
military.
army. Yeah, it's not an army we fought. It's the same way we didn't know how many Syrians, how many Iraqis, how many Iranians. We really don't know. The Iranian army we can fight. We can beat. They're easy cake. But to go in and go door to door to fight like insurgents, we have no idea. We don't know if a woman is actually pregnant or carrying C4. You can't distinguish between them. So combatants in an area have changed. The rules have changed mostly due to some of the IRA's fault and some of the Middle East fault. Like we can call it for what it is. This is what happens when you change the way wars are conducted, which has happened throughout centuries. Now, we don't know who's the enemy combatant on the male side or female side. And so we label all of them potential combatants because that's what they are. And since you have their terror cells or groups hiding amongst the population, that population, unless they're waving a white flag going, hey, IDF, they're here, it's not going to matter at this point. People always pay for wars. Look at World War II, look at the civilian damages throughout Europe, and you'll actually understand a little bit more common sense about how wars are conducted throughout.
Yeah, and the thing is that you just need to kind of like extrapolate, right, data. So what I was telling him is, okay, so roughly 50-50% of population is divided between men and women. Okay, so if there are 1.2 billion Gazans, whatever it is, so you have like 600,000 women, 600,000 men. Now, based on that, and in Gaza, I think that it would be less because there are a lot of combatants and people that have died in war and whatever. So I bet that there must be less men than women. So, but let's say 600,000. From that, you need to take out, of course, children and men that are of an old age. Remain with a percentage of men, and you need to take from there also deduct the people that are officially enlisted in Hamas. But then with whatever is left afterwards, you have a lot of supporters. As Norm said, about 70-80% of the population is supportive of Hamas, of the whole population. So that leaves you with a smaller number than 600,000, but it's still a large number. And when you take into consideration that most of the men are supporting of Hamas, they don't need to be enlisted. They just need to throw a stone or present aggressive towards the military that is securing the areas, and then they will be considered militant. And to what Sam was saying, Hamas is the government. They are in charge of the education system. If you have seen the programs, the TV shows that they show to children when they're 2, 3, 4 years old, and how they teach them to do math with Jews, like, oh, if I have 5 Jews and I kill 2 Jews, how many Jews do I have left? I mean, these people are indoctrinated. So yeah, men that grow up, they are already ready to fight, and that is part of the strategy. You don't need to be part of the military. You just need to be willing to die for them.
And I'm just going to say this. The woman that is both Irish and Jewish by injection is wrong about her statement. So I'm just letting you guys know, like, she's actually pulling facts. And Lisa doesn't care one way or the other. She's not on one side particularly or the other. She's just more about the factual facts, and she call it for what it is.
People don't.
No, and then what I was saying about the UN numbers is when you look at the raw data that Hamas is reporting, these are Hamas numbers, and you see the whole amount of people that have died, and then you cross-check it with what IDF is claiming. So the vast majority of of men that have been killed are reported as combatants. So that means that when you focus on the civilian numbers, you will find almost no men there because they have been reported as combatants. So if there are no men or barely any men in the list of civilians, then yes, you will have percentages of 80% or 70% of women and children because it's the leftovers. But then when you realize that out of 40,000 people that have died, 20%, 20,000, so 50% have been reported as combatants, then yeah, the other 20,000 that have been killed are women and children. And that's when they say, oh my God, look, most of the civilians or 80% of the civilians that have been killed are women and children. How dare they? Well, because there are no men accounted in the civilians. So that's the reason why you're able to play with statistics. And when you have the raw data, you can always create a narrative that is convenient to you. But you can also be a critical thinker and try to make sense on your own of the data you're looking at. That's too much work for Othello. Othello prefers that somebody tells him what the data means.
I invited him to the state.
They just removed him down, so don't do that. But the other thing that I had, hold on. The other thing that I have the issue with is when we have these whole debates is why is it that you never talk about, like, no one ever brings up and he's like, oh, Israel's doing this and all this stuff. You don't talk about the Palestine that exist within Israel, the citizens there. Or you don't talk about the Christian ones that had to flee, or the 500,000 that are parked their asses in Chile and other places around the world because they were being persecuted by, guess who? Fucking Hamas and stuff. So, I mean, like the whole PA didn't even like that. So they all fled during that time. So I'm kind of confused. Narrative when you have all these other outside sources, when you have this history of going through where they tried to topple Kuwait, they tried to topple Jordan, the fucking Egypt spent dictators fucking trying to get rid of them. I mean, the whole Hamas thing, the whole fucking Muslim Brotherhood shit. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ, like, at least get your facts straight before you go on stage and go up to Norm or Isa and who done this shit.
But it's also the logic. These guys are just consuming and swallowing whatever the TV has to choose for them. And whatever they say, they come and repeat. You need to see the demographics and you need to understand the culture of these places. When you're looking at statistics where they say anyone from the years old and under is classified as a child, that is not how this society works. In this society, a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, even probably younger than that, they are already being taught how to deceive the enemy and how to provoke the enemy and how it is noble to die for the cause. So when you have these teenagers, that are already playing a role in the war, you cannot report them as quote-unquote innocent children. They are already combatants. So you also need to take that into consideration. So it's not just about the plain numbers. There is a logic or a reason behind reading.
These people are playing in a different area than people in the West are. They don't understand. They don't really have free choice or free will because their will is the state, which in this case is Hamas. So the vast majority of the people, and not only are they controlling them intellectually, but emotionally through religion. So they give them their religion, they give them their identity, they give them their marching orders. And this is the reality of the culture and the nature of Hamas.
And not only does that, but we're talking about a culture that is that dying for a cause or a war in the name of their religion is something very different, and that's what they carry. So for them, dying is not a punishment. It is a religion that worships death or an ideology that worships death. So if they put themselves in the face of death, they are doing something virtuous. So when you talk about a population of civilians that if you are talking about civilians that are trying to run for their lives, that's another thing, another completely different situation. When you're facing civilians that are willing to sacrifice their lives and putting themselves in danger just in order to prove a point or to achieve an objective. So yeah, the idea is it doesn't matter how much they tell them when they're going to bomb a building or when they're going into a specific area and they give them enough time in advance, a lot of them decide to risk their lives and die for the cause.
And they have a word for it. It's ambitious.
And I don't know, like all of these facts take into consideration, and it's useful to try to make sense of the data. The data is not just
I don't like those data jobs. I'm just like, yo,
data
it's
helps
on
you
the
tell
phone.
a story, but you decide what story you're going to tell. Othello, it just needs to go back to school. It's like he didn't hear anything, or maybe he did, but his little peanut brain cannot process it. Yes, the room is over my head, and you are also over my head. The hospital bombing was pretty bad. Oh my god.
You know, you guys spend so much time talking about Israel. I'd like to read you a poem because you know you got a lot of drama and a lot of gossip you're talking about all the time. It's a lot of anxiety to talk about all this gossip on drama and murder and terrorism. It's very stressful to listen to all of this stressful topic. I want to read the poem to the room.
No poems. Why don't you tell me about the drama you were involved in about the doxing?
The drama about the doxing, you're trying to stir a pot. That's what you're doing best. You're cooking a pot of soup, and that's called a Guatemalan watermelon. It's not a good soup.
I heard a little bit through your YouTube channel, like 10 minutes of it, and yeah, I'm wondering what happened.
Well, the best way to explain it is I'll put the link in the chat.
Just make sure the link has data, okay?
No problem. You know, people like to stir the pot, but so, you know, if I gotta stir the pot and make the soup, nobody likes my soup.
Hey, baby. Oh, this guy sounds like Norm. Above your head.
Okay, hello, normal. What's up? So, I'm interested, guys. I just want to say my perspective about what's going on in this area. And I'm interested to know your feedback. This is right.
Just go ahead. If you have to ask for permission, you're going to bore everyone.
Yeah, like, I see that the things that happened, like the 7th of October, what the militias or Hamas or whatever you call them did to Israel, it's just like, it's just a play that Israel made, indirectly, of course. That is, they are trying to get any cause or reason for them to like kill Palestinians or remove them from the place, just like Hitler did when he was trying to have a war with a different country. He was wearing his one of I'm saying that all of it is just a play by Israel indirectly for integrating all Palestinians or remove them from the land.
So you think that Israel sacrificed 1,200 people of their own just to get to claim? So stupid.
But meanwhile, we fight for 2 years to get our people back. Come on,
Yeah, they're sacrificing their own people. Yeah, Israel is also hosting their own people.
right? And that's so we can go and get them back. And by the way, everybody knows everybody in Israel. It's a small country. So don't you think we would know who's doing what when we're lying out? It's only 10 million people in the country. 20% of which don't fight in the army.
So the Arab mind is such that generally they cannot think without thinking about prophecy or biblical or some sort of spiritual text, and without taking it in whatever person's actions, right? So they always think that Israel's actions are biblically motivated. This is why they have to get rid of the Palestinians so they can build a greater Israel. So it's all about the Jews taking over land, more and more land, for them to have some sort of weird biblical conspiracy.
On the whole, actually, Israel are not a religious entity. So, talking about this.
So what do you think they want to hear? Why do you think they need to get rid of the Gazans?
You get close to the microphone, Kareem. Yeah, sorry, I don't mind my phones. I cannot see you guys were talking the same time. But what I'm saying that the government doesn't care about the civilians. And what government doesn't care about the civilians?
Yeah, what government?
Israel doesn't care about what civilians? Yeah. Who guys? Israel.
That Israel government doesn't care about the Israelis.
If they don't care, if you don't like the job, it's a democracy. We just vote them out of office. 1, 2, 3. Vote of no confidence. That's the truth. Yeah, we have Israelis in the room. That's the way democracies work. I know you're not familiar with democracy, but that's the truth. If we don't like Bibi, we vote him out. Vote of no confidence, we put somebody else in. A lot of people want the job.
Democracy is a fraud.
No, it's not a fraud. There's nothing to do about democracy. Why is democracy a fraud? Why is democracy a fraud?
It's just
Because you don't have democracy?
just small choices.
Okay, why is that a fraud? Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I could be a fraud.
Democracy is a philosophy, you schmuck. It's not literal, it's a concept, you idiot. You're a fraud, Kareem. You're projecting.
Why do you say democracy is a fraud?
On Clubhouse saying that democracy is a fraud and it really doesn't exist. However, those same people also use democracy when it's convenient for them.
That's the Muslim way. That is the way of a Mohammedan, an Islamist, a terrorist.
Congressman, what are you trying to say about democracy? Again, what are you trying to say?
Well, nationalism, democracy, revolution. Like, how do you look at the French Revolution and say that
I
that?
see what this guy is saying. I don't want to go off on a tangent. What are you saying, Kareem? We had a fellow up here. He had no point.
I'm saying that the government is led unconsciously by I don't know what people are hating the government or whatever, but what the United States, like you in Israel, because Israel is a tiny country with a lot of different parties, and everybody has to get to know each other in order to form a coalition. So it's pretty clear who believes what in Israel. Again, everybody serves in the army, everybody lives next to each other. It's only the size of New Jersey. People live a long time, so that you get to know everybody. So I don't think your point really.
Kareem is criticizing the simulation or the communication network.
Wait a second, John. I'm having a different conversation here. Okay, Kareem, so again, you don't trust your government, that's one thing. But to the extent possible, take a look at the wealth that's been created in Israel in the past 20 years. I think its economy has quadrupled thanks to deregulation and the technology boom. So the abundance of Israel has been increasing steadily, as has the abundance of the United States. So we're pretty happy with our government. We have pretty good health care, we have pretty good education. education, have pretty good military, we don't get taken over by other people. Those are good things. Those are good successes from the government.
Also, it's not like Israelis or even Jews are like a monolith and you all guys think the same. Like, there's so many people disagree. Yeah.
There are big differences.
But Norm, the country's $37 trillion in debt. How's that successful? That's not success.
They say that if you put 10 Jews in a room, you will get out 12 different opinions.
It's true.
Well, you can't really.
Government isn't perfect, but it's the best that we can do given the.
There is no perfect government ever and nowhere.
That's correct.
Where is a perfect government, Kareem?
That's correct.
There is no such a thing as like that. It's not coming along like government and perfect because government is built on people. The government doesn't care about the people; they care about the system.
Government is the people.
I see it differently.
Okay. How do you see it differently? You have people that get up, they go to school,
The system.
they run for office, they get elected to office by other people. But if they do a bad job, then we get rid of them. That's the way it works in a democracy like this. Well, that's the way it works. That's the way it works in our system. I don't know about your system. I'm not that familiar with
I'm
it.
not talking about Egypt or
What do you know about the other countries? What makes you think you know all that?
all of what I'm trying to say. The system itself doesn't care about the civilians or the followers of it. It cares about having more followers and trying to ignite more fights within the followers or
What's the basis of
There
that?
might be, okay, hold on. There might be
What's the
some
basis of
truth.
this?
Hold on. There might be some truth on that, but if you are, even if you accept that that's the purpose of it, don't you think that then your logic on the other claim falls? I mean, like, if the government really wants to get more likes and more followers, why in the hell would they sacrifice 1,200 people of their own? How do you think that they're going to get more followers doing that? That would be stupid, don't you think?
How many people are part of your conspiracy? One person, 100 people? How many people are in on your secret that you made up out of your head?
anything that's how
Yeah, you made it up.
Well, not so fast though, Norma.
No,
Mikhail.
hold on. It's not that he made it up. He's trying to do kind of like a thought experiment, let's say, saying, oh, well, yeah, Israel might be sacrificing their own people so that they have got the right justification to clean up Gaza. But now I am trying to make you think about what you're saying. Let's go with the claim. Let's say that that's true. When you start asking the other questions around that claim, it doesn't make any sense. So that means that your claim might not be logical. So if you're claiming that they're doing this in order to gain approval or gain followers or gain whatever because they don't care about the people, they just care about the followers, how exactly would killing 1,200 of your people gain you more followers? That would be a very bad strategy.
I think he's speaking generally,
If
Isa.
the actual goal were to clean up Gaza, then don't you think that they could have done it some other way? I mean, like, they have got the technology, they have got the support, they have got everything. Why would they need to sacrifice 1,200 of their people?
We could just drop a bomb on that.
Exactly. Like, if what you're saying is true, they wouldn't have to go through this. They could do it without killing their own people.
What is the
And that's what I'm
what
trying
is
to
the
tell you.
point?
You just think about your own claim.
I didn't think more what I'm saying.
Tell me.
I was trying to say that any system in the world, not just Israel, is trying to do is like have two laws. More followers, they are trying to reach and more fights.
And do you see what's happening to Israel right now? Do you think that they're winning the public opinion war? Because I think that they're losing it. I mean, a lot of people are against Israel, so how exactly? They're very bad strategists. according to you, this is gonna make them stronger. And it's bullshit. It's not making them stronger.
The war make the system stronger, whether it's a revolution or whether
No,
war with
you're
another.
seeing a lot of people hating on Israel. A lot of the younger generations that are going to be leaders of tomorrow, they're hating on Israel right now. They will be against Israel in a couple of decades. So
That's what
why do you think that Israel will want that? It's stupid.
That's what the system wants, because the bad energy or the kind of the bad, like the negative energy, the system lives on it, like psychologically and energetically, because I believe in the both material and non-material way. So
You're not saying anything. But Ellie, there are two options. Either Israel is the biggest
You're not
evil,
saying
or
anything.
they are the dumbest.
Israel is
Hold on, they are the dumbest, but they cannot be the two at the same time. You gotta pick one.
Israel
If they're the biggest evil, it would be like ridiculous that they went this way. They could have just done it and get over it. Now, if they're stupid, then it doesn't make sense, right?
Israel is just one government and thousands of governments or systems that have been on this earth, and it's just the same stories happening in everything. I don't have anything other to say. I just will go with the comments. And as the report says, ماشي هيعمل ايه؟ مش هنسى ونقول حاجة شغلة. طبعا كاس. Japanese.
What?
Was that Japanese?
No, it was a Jew.
Wow, look what somebody wrote in the chat. Esau's not looking for a counterpoint. She's looking for confirmation of her bias.
Johnny, apple seed. That's okay. I mean, I might be wrong. I'm not saying that I am completely right, but I am explaining my thought process. And you guys are just coming here to repeat what somebody else gave you. And none of you are actually addressing the points that I'm trying to make with my logic. It might be faulty. I don't care. But you're not.
You're guilty, son. Everything you said to that guy is right.
Hey, Mikhail, did you miss me?
I always miss you.
Aw.
Like the clouds of probability that make up our university stuff. It's never a certain.
Anyway.
Never have so many meaningless words be strung together in a simulation of a sentence.
That's true. But yeah, listen, like the conversation with Othello, right? Like I was just explaining how I came up with the logic I was presenting. I might be wrong, but he was not addressing the things that he thought I was wrong. He was just spewing more narratives that he already heard. He was not thinking with me. He just wanted to like say, oh, is this wrong? Is this wrong? Is this wrong? But he didn't want to explain how I was wrong or where my logic was faulty. Like, I don't mind if I am wrong. If you can show me that I am doing a bad reasoning, then show me, and I might say, oh yeah, you're right on this.
Not everything's a conspiracy. You're right.
It always comes down to, are people stupid or are they bad? Usually they're just stupid. I think in the case of the Palestinians, unfortunately, they're stupid. They made terrible decisions that have led to their own destruction. And sure, the whole world loves a loser and feels sorry for somebody who claims to be oppressed. But how long is that going to last? Well, what's God is God is God. You think it's just going to come back? It's not going to come back. They tried to wipe out the Jewish state, and they ended up wiping out themselves. It's a classic story.
Yeah. I don't know, like people here in Clubhouse, they don't come to actually have a conversation. It's just a matter of like, okay, let me see if I am able to sound smarter than you, and if I can ask questions that you cannot answer. It's not about like, okay, let's reason together and let's see where we get,
mean, if you feel like you're the odd one out in this kind of mentality, then maybe it's your surrounding, don't you think?
No, well, yeah, of course. I mean, like my surrounding in Clubhouse is a lot of retarded people. I mean, I'm aware of that. And because I hang out with Jewish friends, they're always followed by Jewish hating people that are coming here just to spew a lot of like, I don't know, annoying claims just to trigger them, because that's the purpose. The purpose is not to talk, it's just to like throw jabs to see if they can get them triggered. And a lot of them fall for it.
Well, yeah, you gotta definitely pick who you talk to for sure.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I am not being patient anymore with the retards that come in the room just to yell. It's annoying.
Yeah, a delicate being like yourself should not subjugate yourself to that.
That's right.
That's
And
right.
you're being very decent today. Why are you not yelling?
You meant to say subject, not subjugate, by the way.
Well, subjugated.
No, he didn't mean subjugate, he meant subject.
Subjected. What have you been up to, Mikkel? Have you been hanging out with Amir?
I mean, they don't like
No, I mean,
Oh, you guys don't like me?
a very long time now.
he got thrown out.
Just kind of petty. I don't know why.
No, it's because you were screaming the N-word for hours at a time. He does
So, I mean, when you say black rabbi, how can you help yourself? Like,
Well,
how can you not help
normal person
yourself?
can help themselves.
I don't know.
No. Are you saying you
Such
are
an
not in control?
easy, like,
Are you
dart
saying you
to
are not in
throw.
control of your nervous system, Mikkel?
Sometimes you gotta indulge, Isa.
You know that not be. I mean, like women are the ones supposed to be very emotional.
Indulgence doesn't, I mean, you could say indulgence is emotional, sure. I mean, men like to indulge too. It's like, there's a moment where you're having a serious conversation, Isa, and then there's a moment where, it's a food fight. And when you're in a food fight, there's no point of, I don't know if you've been in an American, like, school food fight. I've been in a food fight, and that's it. Like, all reason flies out the window. It's just, it's a food fight. So, indulge,
Yeah, well, that's
just
the
enjoy
thing.
the
I have
moment.
married
Everybody's screwed after. The principal's gonna come in, and everything's gonna go to shit anyway. So,
That's the thing. I have not even put myself in a position of being in the middle of a food fight. If you put yourself in a situation where you're in the middle of a food fight, you're an idiot.
I mean, that's the American experience. I don't know. It's just like chaos is. You can't expect everybody to be on the same page. Like, it's just sometimes it's just a shit show, and you're in the middle of a shit show, and enjoy it. It's part of the human experience.
It's kind of interesting. I think he's projecting a little bit. It takes a piece of shit to know a piece of shit is what this piece of shit's saying. I'm just saying, if you smell a turd or a fart, you might smell Mikhail.
I'll agree on that. We don't got a piece of shit in us. Let the piece of shit come out every now and then. Just don't let the piece of shit take over yourself, right, John? Like, just don't become the piece of shit.
Yeah, don't be a terrorist. Treat your neighbor the way you want to be treated. Don't go to Supernova Fest or any kind of concert and hurt anybody and be a piece of shit. Because that's what piece of shit murderer losers who face justice and ultimately get destroyed. You kill by the sword, you'll die by the sword. If you're a piece of shit, you're going to get flushed.
I absolutely agree with that logic. If you are a piece of shit, you're going to get flushed. And, coming in and being the first terrorist in the Middle East and killing people for the sake of cleansing them to establish some sort of Nazi ethno-state in a territory that has 400 million Arabs isn't really the smartest idea. And a piece of shit idea is try and flush down the toilet eventually.
You ever notice nobody buys your nonsense story? That it's at odds with reality? Reality does exist, Mikhail. And people can open their eyes and see it. Not everybody is so married to this delusional bullshit that you're starting. Some people just have to open their eyes. Who puts on suicide vests and blows themselves up? Who puts suicide vests on children? Who brings the kind of death and destruction that you see in Gaza upon their own people? Who builds 500 kilometers of tunnels and then doesn't let one single child come down into the tunnel? Why is that? They say they care about their children. How about letting them down into the 500 kilometers of tunnel? I mean, make it make sense, man. Don't you think at some point there's somebody who's able to think their way through this? No? You think everybody's just going to buy a bunch of bullshit? The children, the children. You think that's enough of an argument? The first terrorists. They took our land. Really?
Well, he's doing history revision. He's a history hypnotist, El Normo.
How much reparations do you want in your California home? If you're a citizen of California, how the hell are you arresting you? Make it make sense, man.
He lived through the Nakba, El Normo. He's a victim himself.
Stop talking. Maybe take a breather then, or maybe we can. Nobody was talking to him that way. I know the meta. I know the scene.
Mikhail is a history hypnotist.
Just breathe. Play victim. Be fighter. Talk about this guy. Talk about what is this emotional train wreck that these people become? Like logically reason. No wonder he has to leave. Because you guys aren't logical reason. I made a bunch of easy Mikhail. Don't get flipped out. Easy Mikhail. Can't stop talking. Don't flip out Mikhail. You're going to be okay. No, you're just fine. It's all going to be fine. You know you're about to lose Gaza City. You're going to have one choices. We're going to get back all the terrorists. Yes, we've been seeing, haven't we? We've been seeing. Surely you've seen the Israel good point. We've been seeing, right. And yet, what's going to happen next in Gaza? What do you think? September 22nd. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Yeah. What about September 22nd? What about September 22nd? I gotta thank Netanyahu. What about September? What about I knew war was gonna get us all ready to do. I have done this fast. I would have done a war a long time. I have nothing. Okay. All right.
You know, El Normo, he's a history revisionist.
Something new will happen. You're gonna be safe in California, and we're gonna get our hostages back that are alive. And Gaza City is gonna fall because your people let you right off a cliff. The same way you run off a cliff every time you talk to me. Same exact thing. Right off the cliff.
You know, some of El Normo.
No, you're an emotional guy.
El Normo, some of my funniest clips, I have to admit, are listening to you, tease Mikhail. But the problem is nobody wants to have to tease a person to try to get them to see the truth. And, you hear the things he says. I think people should pay attention and listen to what people are saying. He just said we should have started the war sooner. What kind of a mentality is that for a young man on a Thursday evening or a Wednesday evening, while you're supposed to be doing something with your life? Instead, people are sitting here thinking about, war and homicide. It's sickening.
What did I say to Mikhail? It's funny.
I could play you some clips if you want to hear yourself.
Do you remember anything?
Yeah, you're like baby talking. There's a lot of El Normo clips on YouTube. You just type in El Normo Clubhouse, and there you go, the best of El Normo.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. I've sent you many.
I'm not very vain because I don't even go.
I know, it's because you're too busy having fun. Nobody cares about this stuff.
Too busy having fun. I don't know why Isha left.
She got her dopamine fill. Okay, this is Soren versus El Normo.
Okay, you don't need to guy.
It's English. Do you know English, Korea? Have you forgotten it? What does it say about you? I say, hey, Korea, who are you? And you go, come on, Korea. Make that ever work.
the other one?
No, that doesn't sound that great to me.
The thing is, I think you have to eventually come to the conclusion, El Normo, that it's a comedy and a tragedy. But, Clubhouse is actually more comedy than it is tragedy. And, as long as nobody personally gets hurt here, or people don't make threats of violence, like pretty much everything is open except for other illegal topics of discussion. But I don't know. To me, it's just funny hearing all these conversations, and in hindsight, or listening to a clip of you, have a debate with somebody, because you spend a lot of time, and they spend a lot of time, and they enjoy it when you give them the El Normo effect.
Well, how would you describe the El Normo effect?
I mean, you can just
Humiliating them?
well, you have a better and more accurate history as opposed to what they're saying. Plus, you don't make homicidal ideation, terrorist death threats. So there's a big difference in what you're doing versus what they're doing. I mean, you're playing the role of the defender of Israel and its legitimacy and in the pursuit of justice. So they don't have anything to really stand on. So thus it becomes more of a comedy show or a roast show.
They want to kill Jews. And pretend that they're not. But it's kind of obvious that they are.
It's insane comedy, because you could be more legalistic, but that's not your personality. You're a funny, friendly, social person, and these are people making death threats against you and your brothers and sisters and your cousins and your aunts and uncles. So these are sick people, and they've been doing it for years on this app. And I report them to the FBI now. I want people to know that there are these little hate spaces on this app of terrorist promoters and terrorist supporters.
Well, it's easy enough to report them to the FBI if that's what you want to do.
Well, nobody's taking any action. Clubhouse doesn't shut their accounts off, doesn't close the rooms and houses. So, I don't have much hope for the correct censorship that should be in place.
You should send me a link to Amir's room, because I don't see it, and I have to assume that he's blocking me. It's the only explanation.
Yeah.
Unless you know of another one.
No, I mean, all you have to do is get anonymous on a separate account, and you can find the room again. I don't know what to tell you. I can send you a link. You can't see.
You want me to buy a phone?
No, you can. Well, yeah, you're going to need a second phone, and then you just, get a 30-day plan, or you can use Text Now and just get a burner account, telephone number for $1.99 and set up a new Clubhouse account.
Yeah, you can use the Google phone, I think, or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
you can use Google Phone too.
Yeah, Google Talk. We don't have it in Israel, but you have it in America, and he probably is blocking you. What you can do, the way to check it is to go to his house, like search for his house, and you can see the room in there. Click it. If you click it and it doesn't let you go in, then you're blocked. I think I'm thrown out of the house. I don't even think I can see the house. I mean,
You're blocked. He says you're blocked.
I mean, the only Amir's house that I see is Shooky's.
Well, the point is, having these conversations at this point, after many, many years, is rather redundant, duplicative, and a waste of time. But recording them actually saying horrifically vulgar, disgusting, despicable things is the ultimate delight, because that's the raw, unfettered, not redacted.
Hang on 1 second. I want to get a logistical. Okay, I see the house now with 7,500 members, and I see the room. Now click the room. That's how it opens. Okay. Oh no, he's back in there.
So this is Barely Friends.
Okay, I went into the room, so I'm not blocked.
Oh wow.
I think it's shadow banned. I think that's the answer.
Oh. Yeah, that could be it. That's how I found this room. Is I had to type in itty bitty just to find it.
Because it's shadow banned.
It might just be independently shadow banned for you, at the individual algorithm, not for everybody. Yeah, I think so. I think it's that customized.
Were you able to get in? Yes. No. So I'm not blocked. I guess it's just shadow banned. The shadow banned being that it appears further down on the spot. You have to or invisible. Huh? Or it's invisible.
The losers in Amir's room yesterday were laughing about a 3-year-old Jewish child who nearly died. I suppose when a piano fell on him or something. And they said, "Is the piano okay?" And they're all sitting there giggling and laughing. Like, what kind of grown men sit there and laugh at a young person who gets injured? I mean, how big of losers could you really be? And so that's the thing that also makes me angry is that there are humans this pathetic in reality.
It's protection. They don't really actually care about what's going on. They just think that that's what the quote-unquote Zionists are doing when it comes to Palestinian or Muslim kids. They actually honestly don't care about those children. It's sort of like it's their type of, how do you call this, jihad. This is their jihad. It is definitely their jihad. I said that exact thing to Amir. He was very quiet when I said it, because I think he recognized the truth of what I said. You're right. And it's a lot about pride. It's about the triumph of Islam. And if this continues, Israel's string of victories over the decades, then it can only mean one thing, and that is that God does not favor them. Or at least God does not favor them in this matter. And I think that's very painful to them, and they have to reassure themselves because it undermines their entire worldview. That's not easy. Like, what if your whole belief system is undermined by contradiction that is there for all of you to see, for everyone to see?
See, I think you might actually be projecting a little bit when you say that, because
which part?
About undermining the legitimacy of your nation, or undermining the credibility of your God. I mean, because the army that wins the battle and wins the war is the army or the general that used super intelligence to win the war. It's basically undermining their intelligence.
If you believe we're in the West, we believe that battles are really and wars are won by brains and firepower. But I believe, remember, these guys have no firepower, and they're not exactly known for their brains. Not to be cruel or insensitive or even racist, but they have not shown themselves to be the brightest bulb in the marquee. So, I mean, they could have had a state if they wanted to state as one small example over and over again, and they wouldn't be in this position. I mean, they could have had airports and seaports and schools, like all the things they took all this money that we sunk into them, we meaning the West, and they put it all into building those tunnels. The tunnels are one of the they're like one of the great wonders of the modern world, the terror tunnels, 500 kilometers of terror tunnels. Nobody's ever done it. Not Vietnam, which was much bigger. Not, pick another group that builds tunnels. Nobody else has built 500 kilometers of tunnels. They did the whole thing for one purpose only, to attack the Jewish state. They didn't even let their own people in the tunnels. Think about that. They brought their own people to die. But just even saying that is mind-boggling, isn't it? When was there? I mean, okay, you had, what do they call them again? It's a war strategy. You had kamikazes in World War II, but it wasn't the point of the entire Japanese population. It wasn't like they sent their kids into those wooden. Remember, they were also with airplanes, very very light.
This is very common in war. You know, everybody. This is very common. You can look at what the Soviets had to do with their machine gunning, their soldiers. If they turned back, I mean, it. You know, fratricide is a real part of the insanity of war. It's very common in war. It's part of the definition. Oh yeah, I guarantee if you look at the top 100 battles in human history, you would see a lot of fratricide.
You mean friendly fire, or you mean deliberate killing? Fragging, as we used to say in Vietnam.
I mean that like in the World War One trenches, when a French general, ordered 60,000 men to go charge a German position, and 30,000 of them got wiped out. Like that is incompetence to such a degree that, in a way, you could say that's fratricide as well.
Well, I mean, maybe this is not really adequate, but that is the way wars were fought then. You run up the hill and some of you get through.
Well,
The rest of
they say psychological. Well, look at Gettysburg. They went up a fucking hill into into reinforced weapons. So like I'm saying that people will literally march to their death and force other people to do it on their behalf as well.
So I'm reading a book about the Battle of Gettysburg, and when I said people run up a hill, I was talking about that battle and that hill. And the novel is called Killer Angels, considered the best novel about about the Civil War, and maybe one of the best novels about war, period. So I was talking exactly about what you just said, Bill. It's a little scary for both of us, but we're on the same frequency here. And so then I have to repeat. They thought that some of them would get through. The general's responsibility was to calculate if enough would get through to win the battle, knowing that many would die. And if you look at the way wars were fought, you know more about this than me, because I think you're trained in war to some extent. Wars were fought, and this is what Russians do as well, by throwing a lot of people at the enemy and hoping that more get through than not, that enough get through to defeat the enemy, knowing that many will die. I don't know what percentage died in that. I forget the name. Do you remember the name of that hill? I can look it up.
Well, going back to October 7th, that was an apocalyptic raid. That was an all or nothing suicidal dash of epic proportions, and it caused a great wound. But the blowback, this is what Ron Paul talks about, is the blowback from international intervention. And so when you attack your neighbor, I mean, the thing is, they weren't able to destroy their neighbor, and in the process, they got destroyed. So this is what they're living with, and I hope to God, they surrender and release the hostages, but chances are they are so, fixated and in a trance, they will not be able to break these people's suicidal intentions, which is just like the Japanese, like you said earlier, the kamikazes. They have the conditioning in them to go all the way to the end, and that's unfortunate.
I don't remember the name of the hill, but it's a famous hill.
Okay, there's the Battle of Bunker Hill, there's the Battle of San Juan Hill, the Battle of Pork Chop Hill, the Battle of Ammunition Hill, the Battle of Hamburger Hill in Vietnam, the Battle of Cemetery Hill, the Battle of Champion Hill, the Battle of Malvern Hill.
I was talking about the Civil War in this case.
Oh, Civil War. Okay, let me do it again.
Well,
It's the famous hill that John was talking about. They sent the rebels up. They've been winning pretty consistently up until that point. They were better fighters, more motivated.
well, did you? I know you're a filmmaker. Who's the guy who did Full Metal Jacket? Stanley Kubrick. Did you ever see his first film with Kirk Douglas?
Paths of Glory.
Paths of Glory. Like that's the type of real assholery insanity that a lot of stupid people will do to other people. They victimize their coworkers. They victimize their fellow soldiers into doing dastardly crimes and in the process wiping themselves out. That's stupidity. So what I'm saying, if you know what the word Mossad means in Hebrew, it means supreme intelligence. So the supreme intelligence always supersedes, these more superfluous actions. It was not a victory. I think the thing that Israel should always be concerned about is Pyrrhic victories. Historically speaking, a Pyrrhic victory is what comes about unexpectedly, where you realize, oh shit, was it worth it?
Battle of Champion Hill, Battle of Malvern Hill, Battle of Cemetery Hill, which is the Battle of Gettysburg.
Might be Cemetery Hill because we're talking Gettysburg.
There's Oak Hill, and there's Fisher's Hill, Honey Hill, Spring Hill, and there's more. But I have to do something. I don't know. Dive deeper in AI mode.
Yeah, downtown Chicago is a gravesite for these soldiers. It's in Lincoln Park. All these Civil War soldiers, who died in these battles. I went to this building downtown once, and I saw all these young people that died in Afghanistan and Iraq, and I was like, my God, was it worth it? These are 18-year-old, 21, 26, 24, 23. Same thing at Yad Vashem in Israel. I think this is what might make Americans angry. In Israel, a lot of people are very envious of Israel. I think is really what the problem is, because if you go to Yad Vashem, you see the sacrifice and you see what was created with that sacrifice. You go to Afghanistan or Iraq, you don't see some kind of creation with those sacrifices.
Right. Well,
What are we talking about? About the deaths or like,
well, we're talking
aggressive
about
and
people,
bloody attacks or what?
the people who engage in suicidal,
Missions.
suicide missions, yeah. I was gonna say suicidal military missions, yeah. Like the kamikazes. And I just want to point out though that John and everybody, the point of October 7th was to ignite the ring of fire. Hezbollah was supposed to do the same thing from the north. Hezbollah had a lot of ballistic missiles and other kinds of ordnance that could actually threaten Tel Aviv. They didn't have the chance to deploy them. And they were supposed to overwhelm the missile defense system of Israel and invade from the north and take over cities and take hostages. It was supposed to be the end of Israel. This plan was 10 years in the making and had been published in 2015.
Or more.
Yeah.
I mean, taking into consideration Iran has been orchestrating all of these terrorist groups that have been surrounding Israel.
Did you see the video of the two young Mossad soldiers who got the reward for the beeper attack?
No.
Yeah, they wore face masks and they were presented with some kind of national military medal honor because they were either they received it on behalf of the group. I assume they weren't the master planners of the large group, but they received the reward, I assume, on behalf of multiple people.
That's really cool. The arguments of the people against Israel are becoming more and more retarded every time. I don't even remember who was saying what, but I was looking at watching an interview, and this guy was anti-Israel or pro-Palestine or whatever it is. And they're like, yeah, but how do you justify that Israel and Mossad are so intelligent that they can make almost an almost perfect operation with Hezbollah, but cannot actually tackle only the terrorists in Gaza, in Hamas? Like, they should be capable of killing only the Hamas people and not civilians. They hold Israel to different standards than any
But
other.
actually, the answer is very much there. It's the same IDF that can target like Iranians in the sleep. It's the same IDF that can target Hezbollah in the north. What's different? It's not that the IDF is now like demons and stupid and clumsy. No, it's Hamas that is the difference. Where Hamas is using their own population. That is the factor that is different from the IDF.
Yeah, so they want modern standards for a bunch of butchers from the medieval ages who are doing that type of warfare. So they're hypocrites and they're criticizing hypocrites.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, Israel has the responsibility to be extremely surgical and kill only those that are proved to be terrorists belonging to Hamas. And it's like, dude, since when in the middle of war you expect those standards from whoever is attacking? If anything, if you see a ratio, of like civilians against militants, it's like one of the lowest in war.
Well,
It's like,
you would hope that there's a time in human history where we may have weapons, but we are smart enough to know never to use them. But we still may prepare with them. But you know how many people die just preparing for battle? How many people in helicopters and planes tragically die in accidents from, a lot of this equipment doesn't work. And when you go and you really use it, it's a miracle that it even works. The Iran attack, if it was supposedly successful,
it would explode in their faces.
well, you see a lot of missiles that don't actually detonate on impact. So that's the type of example I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
And some of Hamas's missiles landed in Gaza.
Yeah, I know. They kill their own people.
I mean, how many people died in Tel Aviv during the last Iranian, super missile strikes? Because those were really major impacts.
I don't know how many, Daniel, because there were a lot of people injured, but not really a lot of dead people, right? Daniel?
Well, in the hospital now?
No. When the Iranian attacked Israel not long ago, how many people died?
30, I think. No, maybe like 10. Wow, I don't remember anymore. So many numbers. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
You're like a woman. But I don't think it was like, not even over, I mean, definitely not over 100. So it was more in the 10.
No, not over 100, definitely. It's definitely, I'm trying to remember, it's like 10 or like 21, like 28. For some reason, I have like both numbers in my head.
I thought it was like 76 or something, but I know a major apartment block and a hospital got hit, I believe. But anyways, I'm just saying that's the only time that I've ever seen Israel take a major, smash, and those were really powerful impacts. Like those videos were shocking when I saw those, and that's the only time I've ever seen Israel come under heavy fire like that. And if Iran, they're saying that another war with Iran is going to break out by the end of the month, but I get the feeling that there's going to be stability.
Israel have shelters, John, and they're prepared.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that those are still major strikes, But the thing is, if they took out Hezbollah, with that pager attack, and they had all those rockets, like Israel never had to suffer the theoretical Hezbollah rocket strikes. That never happened. Like, that's a huge miracle, that hasn't happened or was prevented somehow.
My God.
I think Israel is honestly a military and the intelligence is like, it has no rival, like if
Because we don't have any other choice.
on parallel. Yeah, whatever the reason, but you guys are so good at it. Like, you single-handedly took down all the terrorist groups like Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis. Like, it was amazing. And then, yeah.
While also fighting against the UN and Amnesty and basically the entire world.
Yeah,
All
I
of these
think
are
that
fighting them.
that was impressive, And then people are like, oh, but they need help from the US to drop that bomb. It's like, dude, it's one fucking bomb. Like, what are you complaining about?
if you think Netanyahu is going to do, a surgical incursion, kill as many hostages as possible, and liberate as many, or save as many hostages as possible, and kill as many terrorists as possible, like after that, then what happens to the remaining civilian population? Like, what are the actual national, international, and logistic plans?
They'll be put in temporary housing before Gaza is rebuilt, and then they'll be moved back in.
Yeah, but who is going to control that area?
The Israelis are going to control it to prevent another October 7th.
I think that would be the best approach. I mean, at this point, talking about two-state solution, as some people keep talking about, is just retarded.
But what is temporary housing? Like, do you even know what that term means?
Yeah.
There will be non-stop complaints about that. The housing is not good enough. Electricity is not on all the time.
Yeah, and as soon as we build a brand new Gaza and move
And aluminium and everything.
It's a trick question.
Create infrastructure to create bombs.
If you can say it, it is not true. So what McZed just said is not true, and Devin and what he said is more likely true. Because there is no such thing as temporary housing. Either you got four walls and a roof with plumbing and a boiler, or you don't. It's called a tent. That's not temporary housing. While Jews rebuild Gaza? I mean, what kind of fucking logic is that? What logic is that?
I think that Palestine should be recognized and give 100% of their responsibility to the Gazans and treat them to the same standards of every other country. And then all of the countries that are supporting the state of Palestine should put their embassies, as Daniel said. I want to see Ireland embassy in Gaza. I want to see Spain embassy in Gaza. Not in Tel Aviv, but in Gaza.
Yeah, well, you have to wait for it to get de-terrorized first. I think that's what you're missing at this point, because they've had that for the past 40, 50, 60 years. They had that. They had their own currency. They had their own recognition. And so all this stupid bullshit about them not being a state or having official recognition, it's so fucking stupid. They've already had what they wanted. They're full of shit. They're a bunch of fucking propagandists.
If they're recognized as a state, the special status of refugees by the UN that they have should also be stripped away from them. Like, they will not be refugees anymore. They are in their land. It's the only status, the refugee status, that is passed on from generation to generation, that can be inherited. When have you seen that anywhere?
In Israel?
They have a special status. What?
I said in Israel?
What, refugee status? No,
Yeah.
not refugees.
Who do you think? Fucking a million Soviet Jews refugeed into Israel.
Yeah, but that's more like a tagline, but I'm talking about UNRWA. Like, UNRWA has got a special refugee status for all Palestinians, and they're being treated as refugees according to other countries. They have refugee status and they can pass generation from generation.
It's not Section 8 housing, Issa. It's a parking lot.
Anyway. Give them what they want. Give them their land. Make them a country. Let them have their currency.
This is one thing I don't think people realize that, like asbestos, when you do a building knockdown, when you knock down a building with a uranium-tipped munition, that whole area is fucking toxic now. So you got to bring in hazmat crews to clean up an incredible amount of rubble now in the Gaza, which is no easy task. Let me tell you, it's going to kill a lot of people just getting that rubble out of there.
I agree. What are they going to do with all the rubble?
It will take a long time. For ground zero, I think it took 8 months to clear the rubble.
Wow. Well, I vote for sending the Amish there. If you put a few Amish there, they're going to do that in 2 weeks.
a lot of work.
On the thing about give them a state and refugees, Francesca Albanese said last week that Hamas is a state. She basically said that we should treat them like a state. She's the worst, but I agree with her.
Who is she?
She's the UN special raconteur for some stuff.
Raconteur.
Whatever she is.
Where
She's
she
the
from?
worst.
She sounds Latino.
She's Italian.
Oh.
And her husband is also like I don't remember exactly what I read about him. He's also like a very anti-us.
So when you say that,
Everybody's anti-you. Anti-you.
well, you said that Hamas was an ideology, but the thing is, it has actual identifiable leadership. So, I mean, and the senior leadership is gone. So, like, who is there to negotiate with? They're all just in Qatar or in Paris, and then you have.
No, but why would you negotiate with Hamas? You don't have to negotiate with Hamas. You have to negotiate with an alternative power. Hamas is supposed to be gone. I mean, like, I have been opposed to, like, the negotiation from the very beginning, you know, like, you don't negotiate with terrorists. If you do, and I get it, like, Israel puts the lives of the Israeli first, blah, 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 blah. But if you negotiate with Hamas, then you are vindicating their strategy of taking people hostage so that they have got leverage on you.
No, I'm talking about at the UN in New York City. I mean, the United States of America spends $10 billion a year funding the United Nations. So it's like, you know.
Isn't Trump leaving the UN?
There's no way they can leave it. Never going to happen.
It's never going to happen, and we don't want America to leave the UN. We need America at the Security Council table.
Yeah, that whole thing is never going out of business. It's a big thing in New York City. But, you know, anyways, I'm just saying that it's a funeral procession, and nobody really likes going to funerals every day.
Well, they should send the Gazans momentarily to South Sudan, keep them there for a little bit, or Yemen, and then bring them back.
Why are you so cold-blooded?
Why? Where do you want to put them? In the U.S.? You want to bring them to Europe?
Well, coming there, but South Sudan's a fucking hellhole.
Yeah, but maybe that way there will be some attention brought to South Sudan because their war has been longer than the Gaza, and nobody cares about South Sudan.
Yeah, but
Nobody cares about the
who's
women
getting
and children there.
But who's getting targeted in South Sudan?
The Christians.
Yeah, so why do you want a bunch of radical Muslims to come in and maybe speed up the
Hey, then
process?
North Sudan. North Sudan. Are you okay, honey?
No.
Hey, Daniel, you gotta stop sucking on that vape pen every day.
Where did he go?
He had to go hydrate his throat so he doesn't cough something out.
He got offended.
So I don't want to stir the pot, but Pepe,
Oh, there it is.
I got a text from Jason Breska, and he said he's going to stay off the app because he doesn't want to talk to parasites like you.
Like me?
He really texted you?
Like me? No, like Pepe.
He's my number one campaign contributor. He gave more money than anybody.
Really? You just take money from anyone.
Well, I hope he read the rules because I don't think, I'm pretty sure he didn't break any rules by donating.
Can I donate if I'm living outside of the U.S.?
No, that's actually a violation of the rule. But Caleb and Pepe and Devin can contribute to the campaign to elect candidate Kitover. We are going to Normal, Illinois to get featured at the Illinois State University on their local television network. We're going there September 5th for our second big media interview for the campaign.
It's already 2 a.m. You see what you did, Daniel? You took me out of my clubhouse fasting, and now I'm being sleep deprived.
You do this to yourself, Issa. You're your own worst enemy. But
I know, but I miss Daniel so much.
well, I want to.
He got banned from Telegram, and I couldn't communicate with him.
Let me ask Pepe something. So Pepe, if
So
you,
it was the only way.
How did you get banned from Telegram? I didn't think that was
So
possible.
that's when
I don't know. I wasn't even on Telegram.
you just get reported. It's the same as this place. But Pepe claims that love bombing is like sociopathic. Pepe was claiming that love bombing is sociopathic or psychotic, and so I'm wondering when you hear
No,
McCain.
I said narcissistic or sociopathic.
Okay, so sociopathic. So when you hear Mikhail love bomb Issa, I hear the same thing coming out of Mikhail that is his sociopathic.
When does Mikhail love bomb Issa?
Go ahead, Issa. Tell him he love bombs Issa.
Mikael never loved bombs.
Really? Are you serious? A lot of people come in here to love bomb you. Brad loves bomb you. Mikhail love bombs you.
If anything, I think you got I think you got the bomb part right.
No, he doesn't love bombing.
Well, you don't-
terrorist who
We
loves
fight
bomb.
all the time, and he just like.
Well, you'll have to listen to the YouTube playback. I mean, you're gonna.
And he knows that I don't like Muslims, and that's the reason why he doesn't. But he's the hottest Palestinian in the app.
So I guess the affection is mutual, but nonetheless, I'm just saying that. Well, I mean, so what do you think, Pepe? If a female returns the love bomb to a sociopath, what does that make the female, Pepe?
That makes her addicted.
Depends. There's women that are sociopaths. They're diagnosed at a lower rate, but like borderline personality disorder, for example, they often tend to get with guys that are narcissistic or have antisocial personality disorder. So they usually both are kind of have their flaws.
Exactly. That happened one time to me, and you trauma bond with them. So basically, your head is fucked up, and that's the reason why the love bomber is able to get through to your brain, because there's something wrong with you, and then you trauma bond with them. But it's not love; it's just I don't know, some sort of pain addiction or.
They have a very unhealthy, attachment style.
Yeah. And I thought that would never happen to me because I've always thought, oh, I control things. I'm an intelligent person. I don't get manipulated. But it does happen.
So
If you meet somebody who's like really sweet and seems super into you, and they
I think you're muted, Pepe.
I said if you meet a person that like is really sweet, they go out of their way to make you happy, and it seems like they really they call it like mirroring, like kind of like the things that you like, and then it's just like you're like, oh my god, this person's amazing, but then things start to change a month or two later, and the person, they'll seem a little irrationally upset about something, and then it starts snowballing, and it becomes more and more frequent, and you don't like a lot of these people are not intentionally being manipulative. That's literally how since they were children, their brains work.
But that's the reason why I'm saying you are trauma bonded, because in the end, it's your brain sticking to a pattern of something that happened to you at some point in your development, and then you don't know why, you cannot really explain it, but it's just like your brain works like a magnet or a radar, that gets attracted to that kind of I don't know, trigger, and yeah, you get hooked.
The biggest manipulator is like yourself, like that's you manipulate
So I asked the. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say, like, I work a 9 to 5 job, so I can't be on stages that often. So I'm being blue balled in the gulag all the time. So it sucks.
I remember from when you, I mean, like ages ago, when you had your actual profile, and then you became anonymous and started shadowing Edmund's rooms.
Yeah, no, because like he's sort of like this intergalactic radio station. So like I just tune in and he goes to like different rooms, so I could get like a broad, wide information sort of gathering. And it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I agree with the thing that you're your own worst enemy.
So I asked Grok, what are the 10 most profound discoveries of C.G. Jung in his contributions to psychology? This is what it says. Collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of human experiences and archetypes inherited across generations. Archetypes, universal symbolic patterns like the hero or mother that shape human behavior and myths. Individuation, the lifelong process of integrating conscious and unconscious elements to achieve self-realization. Psychological types, classification of personalities, including introversion, extroversion, and thinking, feeling functions. Synchronicity, meaningful coincidences without causal links, connecting psyche and external events. Shadow, the repressed, darker aspects of the personality that must be confronted for growth. Anima, animus, inner feminine, anima, in men, and masculine, animus, in women, influencing relationships. Persona, the social mask or role one presents to the world, distinct from the true self. Complexes, emotionally charged clusters of ideas that influence thoughts and behaviors unconsciously. And the last one is active imagination, a technique for dialoguing with unconscious elements through visualization and creativity.
What do you think his IQ was?
I'd say he's fucking a genius, you know. I mean, he wrote a lot of books. So did Freud.
16.
Who is this? I didn't pay attention who it was.
Carl Gustav Jung.
Jung. Yeah, I love that guy. He's amazing.
Yeah.
It does feel though like our society, like I don't know, like it's sort of like it's become sort of like the devouring mother in a sense.
That's because of all the liberal, crazy women. And when you see that archetype, the mother archetype, it's very protective and very authoritarian, and it's like my way or your way. And when you mix that with the biology of a woman, like all the hormones and the instability and the fact that we have way more thoughts per second than a man, and then our brains rest less, so we're basically, Jesus, Daniel, we're more neurotic, and you mix that with the archetype of the mother, it's a very bad recipe for authoritarianism.
Have you heard this idea called the longhouse?
No.
So it's like sort of goes back to like the Native American times, where everyone would live in one house, and it was very matriarchal, and sort of like our entire society, in a sense, is sort of like a longhouse, where like the HR sort of departments, and it kind of takes over, like I don't know, like it restricts human thought, and I don't know, just I don't like that at all.
What do you think that is? Where is it coming from?
I think it's cyclical, everything is cyclical in nature. And so, like what John says, like the Tao, right? There's the yin and yang, and it goes in periods of cycles.
Well, I put in the chat that the biggest difference between 1995 and 2025 is your cell phone. And your goal should be to capture your cell phone instead of being caught by it. And to me, that's like one of the funnest games, but an exhausting game. However, there are many people that have gotten ahead of their cell phone. And there's many people who are hypnotized by their phone. Other people use their phone to hypnotize millions. But you could be Britney Spears and totally lose it and dance around with knives and get 200,000 likes.
So like this trans shooter, they're like part of like this network called 090, and like they want to radicalize people through the internet through like their hypnosis. Like this other trans person who shot up a elementary school. I forget his name or her name, whatever. Like they were part of the same sort of organization. It's really interesting. Like, let me post some links. It's really
It's a
disturbing.
brainwashing thing.
Yeah.
It's like a machine. It's like a cult. I don't know. It's just very weird. The whole trans movement is super weird, especially when you see women wanting to have kids just to prove a point and trying to indoctrinate their kids into these movements. It's super sick.
Well, there's a lot of insane Jew hate on the internet that's claiming that Jews are responsible for all of homosexual behavior and all human history. Like, you see the craziest memes on X now. I wouldn't even want to share them with you because they're so insulting, but I do screenshot them because I think it's important to like have evidence of a lot of this stuff, because people are mixing art with raw hate and bigotry and propaganda. It's there. It's here on this app. You could say, in my opinion, that the Free Palestine movement is technically like its own cult in a way. Amir's Room is very cultish with Wednesday, and it has a lot of overlays. But every room on this app eventually takes on the role of some type of ceremony or ritual or some kind of cult in a way.
Yes, we can hear you.
Which one is smoking?
I don't know, but you just poor Edmund who's talking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I just posted a link to the Wikipedia article. So 764 is a decentralized satanic neo-Nazi transnational sextortion network that is reportedly adjacent to the Order of Nine Angles, a satanic terrorist network. It is classified as a terror network by the United States Department of Justice.
Oh my god.
It's an actual thing, yeah.
Why is it so creepy?
Yeah, no, like, and a lot of like these trans shooters have been part of this network, including like this most recent one. They're nihilistic chaos agents.
Nazi extortion? It's transnational. Wow.
Yeah, that was a lot of adjectives.
So yeah, you can like check out the Wikipedia article. Yeah, it's really like it's a mind virus that's being spread through the internet.
Well,
It was found just like 4 years ago.
have you ever listened to something so stupid and then watched it back on YouTube and you're like, I can't believe how stupid that conversation was, and I listened to it. So the thing is, if you hear something, people will listen to just about anything. So it does come down to like spam and censorship and thought control. And this is where there's criticism and the dumbing down of our society. I mean, go to your average classroom. Everybody's looking at their cell phones. They're all just we're living with a bunch of slunked over people. You go to the gym, every single machine, people are slunked over looking at their cell phones. So it doesn't have to be in your body to make you into a zombie.
We are all zombies. nota in the chat. He's a Palestinian lover. Hey Simon.
Hola, hola.
See,
The greatest cult, Josh. There's no better cult to be in. What were you saying?
oh yeah, you're commenting in the chat.
I was in a room earlier. Go ahead.
Is this who I think it is? I think Daniel has been a bad influence on you, Isa. One day back on Telegram and there goes the strike. Actually, you're right because Daniel, I was trying to do 30 days of Clubhouse and you got me out of it on day 28 and I just realized that after I connected, I should have stayed up 2 more days. 2 more days.
I'm sorry. How do you know?
I apologize for being so irresistible.
Yeah, what can I do? I know you killed.
Hey, John Kitover, can you please stop harassing me with your multiple friend requests for your multiple accounts?
Why? Is he hurting your feelings?
It's just really annoying that I have to reject them all every day. I don't know why he's so obsessed with them.
God, sounds like you have a hard life.
Pretty sure John does that to everybody.
Yeah, you're not special.
I don't even understand why.
I have like friend requests from him on Instagram. I don't complain.
Either way, I actually searched Pepe Clubhouse. There's a bunch of like videos of Peppa Pig. It's like a cartoon for little kids, and then I'll scroll down, then Pepe, and then it's clip of me, and I'll scroll down more, and I keep on finding clips that are all from Johnny Kitover.
Yeah, there's a huge Pepe Clubhouse collection that I've built up over the years. You're one of my most widely produced Clubhouse clowns, Pepe. Congratulations.
Yeah. Are you harassing Josh for anything special, Josh?
No, if I add you a bunch of times, it's just because the algorithm shows me and I'm clicking everybody. So don't think you're special. Sorry. I know you're a star and a flower, but you know I do it to everybody. So that's not personal, Josh.
Is it supposed to be better that you're spamming everyone as opposed to just particular people?
Yeah.
Yeah, it means you're not. It means he's not stalking you.
Yeah.
So you're not a stalker. You're just a nuisance.
Yeah.
It means you don't have a claim.
Yeah, I'm trying to do mass communication here. Some people call it spam. I call it using 60 phones in my office.
Just plus you only have 300 followers. Like I don't think that you get many requests from people, so you should feel flattered that he's actually paying attention to you.
I mean, it's dirty slut like you said, get lots of male attention.
That's right. Look at my profile. Got 4.4. Oh my god! It has increased while I was away.
So Pepe, Isa asked me earlier about the drama and the doxing and the shit stirring in the pot. I was just wondering, what do you think your role is in terms of shit stirring a pot? Because
he's the shit stirrer.
yeah, he's a chief shit stirrer, isn't he?
That type of shit stirrer. I would make like rooms about controversial topics. I use slurs often. I would give unpopular opinions, but that was like my MO. Mine wasn't to like have the petty drama or back and forth between people. But not to say I'm above it, because obviously I tried to remain cordial with JB, but he insisted I did something I didn't do. He's like telling people not to go near me, and I don't even make rooms much anymore. And he like, what else did he do? He was calling me names and shit. So I went in his room and I addressed his questions and said, like, dude, I did not dox. Exactly, and everybody knows what the shot looks like from season 1. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say it. And
The drama of saying that somebody's
Oh
real
my
name is
God.
dog saying is kind of
Use my
retarded.
name, you faggot.
No. I did not take your name. This is the name of Jesus in Arabic.
But I just, so basically, he wanted to throw out these accusations. So I just,
So
first of all, he's somebody who went on trial in
Like it or not,
Clubhouse so many times. He got called out by, the
take it
people
through the
that
mud.
had really big
not
audiences
just
several years
nationally,
ago.
but of
I
course,
re-aired those clips. He
definitely
dug
in
out
the state,
both of
right?
his felony
So,
convictions.
And that's what they do. Look at Prisoner's message, look at Johnson's
Absolutely
message.
horrible.
They were
The
there.
other one was just like, just $200,000 embezzlement.
Issue,
Not a
and
big
it's
deal.
Trump.
That's not very much investment, really.
Well, it wasn't really embezzlement.
Development.
It was just fraud. But he, then I played all the clips of the women, the men that he tried scamming on here. And, he lies about his ancestry. He's not a Jew. He mostly was saying he was Italian. He has zero Italian
I'm
ancestry.
gonna say it again, but I have never heard him claim that he's a Jew.
He did after October 7th. He told me to my face he was a Jew. To be fair, he does have some people in his family background. He's Eastern European. That when I searched, these weren't his relatives, but when I searched people that were named his relatives, the same name,
Yeah,
They-
well, honey,
they were
at this
Jewish?
point, a lot of there's a lot of Jewish DNA people. Like I have 4% according to my DNA.
No, I'm not talking about
That's
DNA.
Jewish.
no, I'm not talking about DNA. I'm talking about, is it possible that he has maybe one side of his family is Jewish? Perhaps. I didn't go digging into that. But he does have one particular surname that seems most of them are Jewish that I came across. So it's possible.
Fellow Jewish people.
So, I was just asking, why you stir a pot of shit? Because don't you get shit on your hands?
Don't you see, John, that people here love to pretend that they hate and that they are unhappy, but everything works out well because they are happy while pretending they aren't. This is how they get their dopamine.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I personally, if you're gonna try to and his MO has always been he tries to weasel his way into a platform like Million Man Marathon, Healthy Debate, and then try to get an admin or be allowed to open rooms, and then all of a sudden, I won't get into his real issues. So I don't want to litigate that in here, but he has a lot of issues, but yeah, and he usually ends up fucking them up. But he thought he was gonna try to bully people by lying on me. Like, I will run your ass through the mud, and I did. It was embarrassing for him. We had to do mass reporting.
I mean, this is Clubhouse. Everybody on here has serious issues. This is not news.
I was thinking
No,
exactly
yes.
the same.
Right.
He has much more
I think
serious
that
issues.
anybody on here who doesn't have several cluster B diagnostic criteria, immediately noticeable.
Sure, well, he definitely has those, but I mean, most people do not have
Everybody in the mob.
Yes, but I'm talking about an egregious criminal history like him.
Well, we're
That's fine.
That's a little bit different.
That's fine, but you don't have most people do not have the egregious felony history that he has.
And criminal is different. Most of us are pretty good at not getting caught.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but would you con two women and coerce and threaten them to say that if they leave, they're going to let their family know?
Yeah, he does that to me every day.
50 and 6, hold on. 50 and then you have them sleep over the course of 2 days with 50 to 60 men each and don't give them any of the money?
Yeah, he's trying to do that to me, but
This guy's just a piece of shit.
So he's a pimp.
No, he's not a pimp. He was literally, he's fucking fraud.
Well, I mean, if he's having them sleep with people.
This is funny because
that is not pimping describing is more sex trafficking.
Why is it that, like, you look at
Kind of like
the strongest power left, there's the strongest Olympic lifters, you know,
what
let's
you're describing is what you think.
All you have to do is go to YouTube, type in Pepe Clubhouse. You just gotta type in Pepe Clubhouse. It's not Peppa the Pig. It's Pepe Clubhouse.
But this is entirely different.
Hold on, just let me say this. That's a very serious accusation.
Okay.
it's a very serious
He does not deny that he did that part. What he does deny, and I put a link in the chat, that was when it was on national news. This piece of shit, he ended up doing a plea bargain, so he was not, when it came to the sexual assault charge where he forced a woman to suck his dick, he pled out of that one, but he absolutely admits himself that yes, I did that to those women. I made them sleep with those fucking guys, and basically they were to get no money. He spent it all. It was all his, and the only reason he could pull it off is because he would threaten them.
Oh my god. I'm reading the article. This is for real.
Yeah, I mean, I no offense, but when somebody says, "Oh, we all have issues," no, I mean,
In fairness, this is coming from the New York Post, which is
Oh,
not.
Well, but even the New York
he got convicted and he admits it.
and they were not, I mean, they
It's
were
true. Well, they also wouldn't be writing it quite so explicitly if they
exactly,
couldn't get
because you
sued to
can be
help with
sued.
it.
I'll read this.
Right,
Good wisdom.
right. Crazy things.
Is this guy JB so basically he wanted to run his mouth. So what I
Pepe took him to the boxing gym and taught him what it's like to box.
Shut up. So what I did is I was just like, all right, when he opens a room, I'm gonna make a title about him. I'm gonna start airing out his laundry, and then he's somebody who's really sensitive about like, oh, how many people can I get in my room? How many? He gets a sense of control out of doing it. That's why he's like mods the way he does.
I know who he is. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and so basically, I would end up getting more than twice the people in my room, and mainly because people wanted to hear the nasty shit I would say about him and release all of the dirt. So I did it, and he ultimately thought it would be cute. So there's one woman, KK, who her husband was an officer in the Marines, and he was killed while serving overseas. She was known on the veteran side of the app. So
all this with her. She's not calling me or anything like that. He decided to say, like, you're a fucking, you know what? I think you're a fucking fraud. Fuck your husband, suck my dick, and I'll give you a yeast infection. Basically shitting on her and her dead husband. And that obviously did not look good. And that's probably why he's no longer an admin of healthy debates. So, I don't know. What's that she talking about?
Wait,
JB? No, why would you talk about JB like that? Yes, he got kicked. He's no longer an admin as of yesterday. Why? I'm guessing it's because of what he told KK. He was saying vulgar shit to her, saying like fuck her husband who died serving our country. That she's a phony and she's a fraud and her husband is like a piece of shit. He didn't trying to say it like, oh, he probably didn't even die serving the country. Yeah, just really insulting shit. I don't believe that. These are good guys. We have in our. Want me to play the recordings? Yeah, play it. Okay, all right. See, I went
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know him well, but don't put your hands on fire for anyone on Clubhouse here. Like, you would get always surprised.
No, but it's the context. I've been on him with him for 5 years. I've up here in the context before on why he was talking. What did she say? The reason why is because she didn't even say his name, but there was before he was convicted of that sex trafficking shit that's in the chat. He was convicted of basically he lied to a woman, said he worked for Bear Stearns, said he worked in one of the departments there. She
like, I guess, said, oh, well, I guess I'll trust you, and made him a co-trustee for like $200,000. And he was to deposit the check into, this investment account. He ended up instead putting it into his own personal account and withdrawing the
What
money.
are you talking about?
JB,
Nah, man.
it's all we have the court records.
This girl's going around talking pure shit about him on the app, trying to dox him. I know she told me.
Just
No.
see the link that Pepe put in the chat right now.
No, I'm not even recording.
You already have a recording of that?
Yeah, dude, we dragged him through the fucking mud because he deserves it. But hold on. Let me find the recording.
You guys are worse than women selling fruit in the market in Guatemala when they start on a fight with each other.
Alright, we don't care. Let me look.
Can I have an honest question?
Hold on one second. I'm gonna...
No, I prefer these honest questions.
Question. Honest question. Questions. Ask honest questions and the dishonest answer.
Okay. How often do you guys read like the Torah? Or how many times have you read it?
What's the Torah?
The Tanakh.
You haven't read the Torah?
The reason why I asked that. The reason why I asked it, I just wanted to know.
Like from cover to cover, like
Every year through chapters.
What is it, 90 seconds you want to talk?
No, I'm just rolling my eyes at you
Why?
because you're gay. And
I
I'm
didn't
rolling
hear
my eyes.
him
I'm
say anything wrong,
rolling my eyes to JB as well, and I'm rolling my eyes to all of you.
But I didn't hear him say anything wrong, did you, Isa?
I don't know, I wasn't even paying attention.
I will say that I think all of this is gay and retarded as fuck. And I'm an expert on homosexuality and retardation.
That's right. I can
That's
tell
right.
you.
I'm very well acquainted with both.
Yeah, I mean, KK loves the drama as well. I mean, I am no fan of anybody that starts with all this drama. I barely know JB. He's accused me of stuff that is not true, but I don't give a shit. Like, I couldn't care less about him. But yeah, he's being gay when he starts drama, and speaks beef with people. And KK, she's a drama queen sometimes as well. And Brad, he's someone that gets in the middle of stuff, white knighting for people. So all of these people, including you, Pepe, and it's what I was saying before, you all pretend to be offended by stuff so that you can get your dopamine hits. It all works
that
out
is
because
so perfectly said.
it all works out because you stir the shit. They love the shit stirring because they are attention whores. So everybody is happy pretending that they are not happy. So it all works out.
Not really. See, the only thing I cared about, and I'll play this little doozy. Listen. Fucker mouth dinner, yeast infection, he's calling her a bitch. But he was no.
probably already doxing them, but by you putting this shit on stage, playing and recording.
Why does Ellen DeGeneres look like a completely different person after spending 6 months in making a white portions of house?
And I heard it, and it's different from what he said. He said, fuck you and your fake story.
Doxing is a word that has a very specific meaning, and nobody is being doxed. Like, he's not posting addresses, he's not creating a situation where this guy's in danger.
People,
I never said Pepe was doxing him. What did you get?
I will just say
You
this.
just talked about doxing.
Yeah,
Pepe was doxing. I said JB. People have been doxing JB forever.
Okay, so first of all,
I never said Pepe.
that was a recorded room, and it was up for replays before he got kicked as an admin. And she said this in a public room, and they didn't want people. If you say something on Clubhouse and don't expect that you say something bad, it will be that it could be recorded and played back to other people. I mean, you're fucking
Hey,
scared.
to me, so no, bro. I'm just speaking what my feelings are on it. But you can do what you want.
Well, he had no problem talking about me behind my back and falsely accusing me of doxing. So I will definitely talk trash about it. I have zero feelings about it. In fact, I enjoy doing it.
Doesn't make you feel bad. See,
You enjoy
it's a way for you to enjoy it.
I like to punish bad people.
You enjoy doing it.
Please don't scream. I'm just trying to be.
KK loves it to be the center of attention. I mean, like, all of you are in love with each other. You're addicted to each other. It's the reason why you come day after day here and you stir the shit. And you pretend you're upset while you are actually enjoying
But
it.
Isa, you've known me on here when it comes to the personal drama where I make rooms about people. That has never been my MO.
Oh, come on, man.
That isn't. What am I known for? What is controversial about me? What am I known for? We all know
Fucking everything.
No,
You like to be a
everything things.
preferred.
You call people the N-word.
That's one of them.
You're a racist. You're an anti-Semite.
I'm an anti-Semite.
But listen, baby, who cares?
Also, you're a drama queen that
People
loves it.
have the right to hate whoever they want to hate. Now, the responsibility lies on the people that feed them and that enable them. Like, listen, I don't care what Pepe does. Like, yeah, well, I hang out with him every once in a while and he comes with his crazy stuff and whatever, you know, like, why, if I try to control everyone that is not behaving well, you just become frustrated. Why would you
Well, I
do
will
that?
say this. This topic was brought up before I came in this room, and then John brought it back up. I was not even talking about it. Because I would
Did
make
John leave? Oh, yeah, he's not here.
Because I would make a room if I have
He's
anything.
in the
I would make a room.
audience. He's in the audience.
Because I try to save my shit talking about him, particularly for rooms I'll make. But I don't think I need to do it.
I don't know. I'm gonna get him to stand up thing and say like stop.
No.
Now, maybe, literally, I've been to JB forever.
So then between him and JB, why open it? There's 4 people.
Everyone talks shit about JB, and then JB returns the favor, and then they all do rooms about each other. This is how it works. Are you new to Clubhouse, baby?
No, I've been on here 5 years, but that's my whole point. But can we talk about something else? I want to talk about Pepe's boxing career.
Amazing.
Are you a boxer, Pepe?
He's the tough guy.
Amateur boxing.
Oh, how many people have you knocked out?
None, but he's trying.
Technical knockouts. Knockouts are not as rare in amateur boxing.
How many times have you been knocked out?
A few times, but when you say
It's
knockout,
very rare.
few times.
It's very rare to knock people out amateur. He hasn't knocked at anybody, but he's been knocked out a few
What are you
times.
talking about? No, with
Bro.
TK, if you say it technical, shut up, you faggot. Like, goddamn, you act like such a tough guy. You're so obnoxious.
Bro, because I would be able to only smack you, and you would wake up next week asking for a lunch. That's the difference. That's the difference. And I never called you any words, but you had to call
Okay,
me
but
that.
you're saying here, you do this and that.
Take the heat. Pull up your
You whiny
shirt,
bitch.
bro. Get out of the kitchen.
Actually,
Okay, why did you say you hurt somebody online? Amazing.
You
Baby sounds shoes on the microphone.
That is fine. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, I don't know if he'll sound hot when his jaw's wired together.
And you're not the one that's gonna do it, so stop talking.
I mean, what makes you the tough guy? What makes you a tough guy?
It's that I don't have to talk about it like you. That's the
Well, you did. You literally had. You started.
No, I'm not. You're the one that's mentioning.
You said
You
you
don't know
said-
me. I'm a boxer.
No, that's after you said you did shit. That is after you said. That's after you said JB would beat me up, and I say based on what?
No, I didn't say that. So don't.
Listening.
You did say that.
No, I didn't.
You said, what if he had chair in your face?
I said the difference is you won't be talking the same if JB shows up and high fives you in the head with a fucking chair.
Yes, but then he would be literally put.
I
Yeah.
have more
That would not
effort
happen.
than
Bro, you still piss on your balls. Nobody's afraid of you, Pepe. Trust me.
Oh, shut the fuck up. What is your background? Like, how many? I mean, have you even did you train in anything? Like, fucking Mr. Fake Alpha online.
Poking
All of you fake alpha.
poking you because you want to fucking play recordings of people and this other thing.
Yeah, we're playing recording of that piece of shit. It was in a public room.
Nice. Okay, good. That's
Public room, and he left the replays on. Absolutely.
See, the difference is, Pepe, if I was in a different room and they were talking shit about you, I would stand up for you too. That's what I would do.
Oh, I like the smoke though. I mean, that's where you know I
You know what I mean? But now you call me a faggot and shit. Now
Because you're acting like you were
Put it like this. Put it like this. If you were on fire, if you were on the street on fire and I had to take a piss so bad, I wouldn't piss on you. I would go to the next house.
Amazing. Amazing.
I mean, technically, you were in the training, so you were kind of a faggot, baby.
Oh, this guy. So this guy did an epic fail. You guys want to hear this? He says, so this guy tried to dox me. He tried to fucking ruin my.
I didn't dox you.
Ewan did. He tried to. So
I didn't try to dox you.
he was so desperate that he.
You got really upset.
Region head named Prince.
That you were in the training.
They tried to play a video, right? So they went to Amir's room where everybody hates me. The whole room said, that's absolutely not Phoebe. So then Ewan shows up 2 hours later and they smoke the shit out of him and they drag him across the floor and he goes, oh, you guys don't know the half of it about BB. Wait till you hear this recording we got. They're like, you idiot, we already heard it. It's not him. The more I opened up 60 rooms about me, he opened up one and then catastrophically failed.
I got busy.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I
know. What happened? So the moron, he started getting upset, right? So he went into a room and resistance goes, so, yo, bro, you said you sucked off your coworker. He goes, so what? I gave my coworker a blowjob. That was like 2 years ago. So he goes, what I'm here right now.
for a long time that he's something.
I know, it's fucking crazy. So this guy, but he gives these people ammo and he goes, I'm proud of sucking a dick, but I'm not gay and I'm married now. And the worst part is he told people he swallowed. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And then now he's trying to assassinate my character by trying to lie about a fucking person that doesn't even exist. He's a liar. This guy's
He's honest.
You're a has-been, bro. That's the problem. Play it. I guarantee you, I've been in enough rooms with You just said it. You got it. You're gonna do that. You're gonna want to. So he's all upset because I told him who he works with. I told him his address. I told him his phone number, his email. Now he's like, no, I'm not doxing you.
Dude, BB, as soon as he came on the stage, he started fighting with everybody.
But I didn't tell anybody. I told him. You want to play? I told you because I'm the real man.
It's on the app. It's you talking to a trainee on the app saying that you're lost.
You're a liar being easy. You're a pathological liar. It's not me. But the problem is you're such a fucking loser. You're still trying to grab onto a sinking vessel. That ship sailed. Everybody
I'm
said.
just wondering if all of you get off by coming on the internet and start yelling on a phone. I mean, like, is this like how you?
I'd rather meet him for lunch and shake his hand. That way I can smack him in the fucking face.
See, dude, why do you do this tough guy bullshit?
That's not because I am, motherfucker. I don't brag like you. That's the difference.
How do you brag? I don't brag. I'm not trying to beat up people.
All fucking day, I'm a boxer. I'm an amateur boxer.
boxer. I've been knocked out, I've been knocked out 3 times. Shut the fuck up. You're a clown.
A technical knockout, yeah. And I've been technically knocked out too.
No fucking kidding. I can tell.
He's not saying you are saying you start fucking like.
Bro, you are a clown, Ewan. Nobody likes you. You're a fucking fool, and you keep bringing up a sinking ship. It wasn't in the video, but for some reason you want to believe it. It's probably because you like that gay shit.
Daniel, you need to introduce me to your friends. The non.
Yeah, Juan. The Middle East doesn't need that crazy white gay energy. Keep it to yourself.
Wow, Miguel. Welcome back. We needed a little bit more of estrogen in the room. Daniel.
Is this the gay Miguel?
Yeah, no. This is the Palestinian Miguel.
So yes.
Oh, is he gay? Why? Since when?
You know what? Maybe I'm mistaking him for a different one.
You're in the Matrix sometimes.
It could be a different one. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
Baby, were you born in the US or in Israel?
Don't swear you're wrong.
Really?
Yeah. And I've never sucked a dick, so I'm not like you and I have 10 kids. But, you know, fucking retarded. Like, you got dropped on your fucking head as a child. You played the tape in like 4 rooms. You tried to team up with Prince to try and do this. And everybody catastrophically failed you. Yeah, because this guy was so desperate that he's like, let me fucking link up with the most anti-Semitic person I can on this app just to try and fuck BB over.
Yeah.
And he got fucked in the ass.
Actually, Prince's
Not
friends
only
with the
Ewan sucked a dick when he was 19, he got fucked in the ass and he swallowed it and he said he's proud of it.
How am I the most anti-Semitic person on this app? If anything, the people that
Prince, you fucking moron! Unless your name's Prince.
Well,
The world doesn't revolve around you, Pepe, because you did 4 fucking boxing classes.
so you had
with the training, just like.
well, I know because Prince was in that same room, so
Oh, it was Ewan teamed up with Prince because he's like, listen, bro, I really want to fuck over BB. Can we manufacture a tape where BB fucked a tranny because I feel upset that I'm
That's not what happened at all.
I sucked it. Like, this is doing blockbusting. I'm Ewan thinking.
Wait. Can you guys wait for 1 second? I want to hear what's the conspiracy here against Bibi? What is that you were trying to do, Ewan?
So you would just stop because I called him the F word.
What is your claim, Ewan? I'm just curious.
Oh, no, it was actually so, okay. You got really offended. Yeah, well, I mean, basically, yeah.
Can I tell you something without everybody being jumped? I'll tell you the whole story. Because it's
No, you're gonna lie. You're gonna be
I'll leave it be calm. I'll leave it be calm.
Is he telling you the chill,
You already said about the concept, but I just want to hear it from you, like his version.
Oh, no, but it's before this tranny shit. So I'll tell you what happened.
Can't let you hear it, he said. That's
Why are
hilarious.
you going after Bibi? What did he do to you?
You're a so he got really offended that I sucked the dick when I was like 19 years old, right? Everybody knows
Holy fuck, this guy's such a weirdo, bro. Holy baby. You should have lied about that shit.
Do you expect for the men in this app to congratulate you because you sucked the dick?
No.
Okay, then
I mean, BB's been only out for like 5 years, so I thought, you know, that he would be.
No, I'm
you don't expect men to be congratulated.
I expect heat, that's fine.
Okay, can you let me finish my story? Because I'm going to tell you how deep it got. I'm going to tell you.
It didn't get that deep. Okay.
No, I know you. You put 4 inches of it in your mouth and you swallowed it. Go ahead.
Wow. Yeah, so what happened was that, he got really offended that I sucked a dick when I was 19 years old. And then
Did you want me to congratulate him?
went back.
No,
Can I finish?
the word
Can I
is not
finish?
offended. He cannot get offended by that.
He got really upset about it. Yeah, he's like yelling at me and shit. No, he was just yelling at me. And then
I'll tell you why.
I just started yelling back, can I finish? Let me finish.
You are listening.
So 19 years ago, you said you swallowed it. You want to finish it?
So then, I haven't talked to Prince in like for fucking ever. I got reached out by a bunch of people and pinged into a ring.
He's asking you, what's the reason? She doesn't want to know how you came
it to you.
Oh, can I see a video?
I sent it to you. It's done.
Perfect. Oh yeah, Prince is here too, so I can hear this now. Play it. You know how I talk. Everybody knows how I talk. Play it, Prince.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah,
just three
read the
videos
fuck up,
actually.
you mutt. You're a fucking mutt. Play it.
Hi.
Play it, you fucking mutt.
Hold on. It's been a long time since I heard your voice, AJ.
Hi.
What brings you to here? Are you going to be with me?
Prince is
We are also nothing but
Now you know.
Yeah, we know. Okay, so what do you got, friend?
Okay, well,
He thinks that Prince is taking all the
Jesus Christ.
Charlie Cameron, the Secretary of War of the United States, in Belgrade, I was up at John Lake, directing him to raise 3 regiments of infantry to be sent to assist in suppressing the Southern Confederacy. However, Lance is well known, but perhaps not his word. While Washington stated, "You have chosen to inaugurate civil war. You haven't done so. We will meet you in a spirit as determined as the Lincoln administration has exhibited towards the South."
Just play it, bro. We don't need the dramatics. Like, just play it. Play it and let everybody. I know it's not.
We know what BB sounds like.
Hold on. In all honesty, you also have
Prince, but play it, man.
I want to hear BB saying that. Give me that.
Play it. Play it, Prince. Play it.
BB. BB.
I'm even gonna shut up. I'm so confident. I want to hear it.
He's not here. We're in the room. This is annoying.
I can't because I'm just a woman, but let's all try to be muted because Prince is going to show the proof. Just show the proof, Prince.
Expose Prince.
So, the trusted sources sent me multiple recordings.
This guy is such a loser. Play the fucking recording.
Excuse me.
Play the recording, you fucking chump.
Stop yelling, BB.
I will if you shut up, sir. Don't get so triggered. Calm down. Bring some soy milk with chocolate, powder. Okay, so I have a trusted source send me clips of BB on a phone call being live streamed into a clubhouse room. The phone call is between BB and Connie, the tranny from Canada. The Jew tranny from Canada. We all know Connie's voice. We all know BB's voice. And guess what? Not only that, but Shuki was in that room, and Shuki dragged the shit out of BB. When Shuki heard the recording, when Shuki heard the phone call being live streamed into the room.
That's not true. Shuki called me and he said they're trying to do that. You're a liar. Play the fucking recording, goof.
Yeah,
Play the fucking recording. You're a liar.
Wait, where did you send me a video, Ewan?
On Telegram.
I see it.
You want to use it record?
I haven't done that.
Oh, okay.
What's the matter, Prince? You can't play it?
I was thinking with you. Okay.
Play it, you fucking liar. Play it.
And sorry, 1 second. Just one
Hold
second.
your head in shame.
BB, every video needs an introduction.
It doesn't need an introduction. If you got real good ammo, you just need to play it.
Okay. Thank you very much. There are procedures even in wars, but you guys don't know that. So here's what happened, right? In the phone call, I kid you not, Connie goes, "We already had sex without condom. I love you. Don't leave me."
What the fuck?
It's obvious it's you. I played the recording to multiple
Play it, and they've already told you it wasn't me, but you can't. That's the problem. Play it. Play it, you fucking 4 or 5 foot fucking retard. Play it.
I went into Shuki's room.
What is he improvising?
Yeah, I know. He must have built up because he knows he's got to lie. So he's like, I hope they like my story.
All right.
Well, BB, if that is the case, who's the joke here?
The one who's making it up.
The one who's lying. No, play it.
Let's do this. Ewan, are you there?
That's what you did.
Is anybody going to play anything?
Hold on.
Alright, whoever's watching this YouTube live, I'm gonna restart the live. So click back on my profile and insert it.
Oh, yeah, I heard. Well, it was basically like, it was like sex talking with the train. It was BB sex talking with the train. That's what it was.
You fucking disgusting.
Play it. So play it. Ethan, you got the video? Play it.
Oh, I'm a liar? No, you
I couldn't
think
hear
a lot
it.
is a
Somebody
lie.
send me a screen.
Well,
two videos.
Yeah,
I told you.
nobody did nothing.
Fucking get your shit together. I'm done with this shit because you keep treating me with disrespect. I don't want to fuck you. Look, you have a good dick and shit, but it's not worth it if you be out there trying to poke it in any other fucking bitch. Like literally, your fucking Snapchat stories show you fucking using a vibrator on two bitches. You didn't even know until I fucking sent it to you.
What?
Are you serious right now? Do you need me to send it to you again? Remember the video of the two girls in your fucking Snapchat story right now?
I don't know why you sent that video.
Because why the fuck do I want to have a fucking baby with a man that has his fucking public stories on Snapchat using a vibrator on two bitches? Like, are you dumb?
Okay, that makes sense.
Like, what the fuck?
Alright, well, you know what? I didn't know that before.
Well, I'm telling you, it's disrespectful for me. Like, what?
No fucking kidding.
So, can you, like, clean your shit up and then let's actually talk? Take in custody of your daughter because we'll have a better family environment. But I'm gonna need you to grow the fuck up and get your other fucking shit together. Yeah, we can't. I told you, I can be your lawyer, but I need you to fucking get your shit together. I'm done with this shit because you keep treating me with disrespect. I don't want to fuck you. Look, you have a good dick and shit, but it's not worth it if you be out there trying to do it. It's not worth the thing. It's not worth the fucking drama. And you talking to you makes me want to look up and talk ghetto. Like, what?
I get it. No, I get
Yeah, so stop telling me about all these fucking girls that are trying to chase your dick and shit like that. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, if I don't feel like the only one that matters, then why do I want to do this? Like, hello? I can go fuck my neighbor and I'll be like, dude, it's not worth the thing. It's not worth the fucking drama. Alright. So, did you know he was a tranny?
What are you talking about? You know my voice. That sounds like me. Hold on, Prince. No, shut the fuck up. Let everybody else talk, you fucking little rat. Let everybody else talk. I want to hear what people have to say. They know my voice. You can hear the guy has an accent and he rolls at the end of his sentences.
It's a maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it can be you, but it can't be you. There's some other videos, guys.
I didn't get the voices.
I don't know. Anyway, does that sound like you're very familiar with the voice?
Everybody say goodbye to Tyrone.
Fuck you.
Bye, Tyrone. Goodbye.
So, I didn't get a clear BB voice, but I can understand that people think that.
The guy has a deep voice. You can tell the accent's on my accent.
He's not a Canadian accent.
It's not.
You can tell the accent's on.
It's not. He was drunk. I think it could be you. It can't be you. The trans person mentions Canada and specifically Toronto, right?
Yeah, ask him. Do you know another voice is a trans person?
Yes.
Hold up. You and Bibi, do you know Connie? Answer that question. Do you know Connie?
Everybody in this room knows Connie.
Yes.
But not
I don't even know Connie. I don't know who Connie is.
You haven't been on the app. You're a fucking idiot.
She went by different name.
Yeah, it's Sonu, bro.
Yeah, no, Connie.
I just have one thing to say very quickly. Hold on very quickly. These videos that were sent to me are cropped. I never get to see at any point the profile of Bibi.
No, it's a
It's
phone
just
call.
cropped
No,
and
it's
you.
a phone call.
No, it's a phone call. It's not.
It's not a phone call. It is a clubhouse. It is a clubhouse.
No, it's not.
Did you not just say that Bibi came in?
Wait.
Yeah, no, they keep going on with their lives. It's funny.
Hold on.
Shoki, this, that. Look at this guy. Look at this guy trying so hard. He's a believe me.
5 seconds. No,
He's a believe me. He's such a fucking loser. You guys are funny on everything.
It's an audio recording.
Play the other video. Supposedly there's 2 more. Isa.
Oh my god, I can't yell, dude.
1 second.
It's not a phone call, Prince, because hold on, let me just explain why. I can see the profile pictures, but not only that, I can see the gray ring around the profile photo of this tranny. When she's talking, it blinks. So
Yeah, because she's the one screaming. She's the one screaming, bro. Okay, ask Yuki.
okay, so she's streaming into
She's
on a phone call with him.
She's probably talking to somebody and she's playing it on Clubhouse.
Hold on a second.
So-
Okay, so it's a
No, play the other fucking knows Connie. That's true, what BB just said. But only one person put his dick in Connie's ass.
And that's you. And that's you.
Disgusting.
And that's you.
Prince.
But I mean, Iwan's testimony does hold a lot of weight because Iwan actually met BB and had BB's dick in his mouth. So I'm just saying.
What are you talking about? My God.
These are the
Oh my
evil
God.
Chinese
Here we
room.
go. Here we go.
I'm just
Okay,
saying.
I'm gonna play the
Wow.
video.
Wow. Please don't. I don't want everybody to hear this shit. Don't worry.
What are you gonna do about it? He's a good guy.
Like I'm gonna go ride a dick of a woman. Come on. I mean, it is Canada. Fuck you. Anyways, I miss you, but I really need you. I love you. Do you like me? I love you. I love you right now. Well, then why do you treat me like shit?
Somebody else.
I need to
That's not giving sex on.
Yeah,
And the best part is, stop them running right now. Hold on, watch.
Yeah, there. Hold on. I'm gonna repeat that. Hold on. I love you. That's not you. Hold on.
Maybe BB is just drunk. Maybe he's drunk.
He's not slurring his words.
Hold on. Everybody shut up. Just listen to this. I
Maybe
love
he
you
has a
again.
dick in his mouth. Maybe there's another dick.
Hold on. Shut up. Listen to this. I love you again. He doesn't speak like that.
I miss you.
Yeah, maybe you have another dick in your mouth.
He said, have you heard yourself when you
Well, then why do you treat me like shit? I need to go to bed. I need you to like wrap this up.
Yeah, wrap up, BB. Always wrap up.
So hold on. So the funny thing is, this
What
is
is talking?
what I want to talk about too. So the other thing is, this is how sick this faggot is. Okay. So this guy Prince. Not only does he lie about this, he even says that I child molested Nikki when she was a kid. That's another lie he's trying to spread on this app. I don't know. Nikki's here. He said Nikki told her this. And he told everyone.
You're disgusting, Trent. You're a disgusting,
Why did I
vile.
say that?
Like,
What are you talking about? I don't know. These people don't have a limit.
Where's the red lines, BB?
What are you talking about? He just said it. He said it yesterday. He said it yesterday in a room full of people. He said it last night. He said it too. I don't record shit like you, bro. I'm not a loser like you. You're an actual loser. You're an actual loser. And people in this room actually.
Why are you mad? Because I exposed you?
You fucking.
there's no exposing. You're a liar. There's no exposing. All you guys know how to do. No, all you know how to do, each and every fucking one of you disgusting wastes of life. All you know how to do is fuck with people. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. Each and every one of you. Hell is too good of a place for you. Why do you
This room is a source of oxytocin.
You need help. Hashtag with your fin. No, but what happened? I thought that was me in the video. Hey, you miserably failed again. Yet again. You fucking losers.
Okay, here's the thing.
I mean,
Yeah,
Iwan
yeah.
sounds like you, BB.
There's no fucking way.
Iwan has personal experience with you, BB.
Yeah, but nobody cares about your fucking boom.
Let's make a plan.
Hey, I don't make this personal with you ever. Do not ever say things to me.
Vivi, can you tell you love me?
What do you want me to say? I love you?
Everyone has an
These
opinion.
guys are trying so hard.
BB, we're not.
The guy has an
I
accent.
agree.
Okay, no, you already fucked up. We don't know what's going on.
I have two things to say. Two things. Number one.
Nobody cares. You're a liar.
Hold on, baby.
You're a liar. Logic. You got
Okay,
You got fucking fuck.
let the people decide for themselves if I'm lying. Yeah, stop involving yourself. Shut the fuck up, dude. If I'm lying, let the people expose me. Let them hear my lies, and they will decide for themselves. Two things. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, every single motherfucker in this room has been drunk. Every single one of you has changed their accent. Have you fucking heard Lisa when she was drunk on Clubhouse? It's like a fucking alien. Let's not fucking shit ourselves.
You're not
That's number one.
speaking
Number two, if Nikki was molested by BB when they were teenagers, that's not on me. I have nothing to do with that. You go to the cop, you go to the psychiatrist or something.
It's not like a family issue.
What are you guys sick in her fucking head. That's the problem. You know you're gonna pay a price for this, right? Like for your shit, like the karma that's gonna smack you in the face, you short little fucking midget. By you going around spreading rumors and lies, you're just a toxic, hateful fuck.
I think you should weigh that, Nikki. I think we should weigh that, Nikki, and have a conversation, have an honest conversation. That's what I think you should.
No, hold on. Didn't you guys just catch that lie though? Hold on. He said, when did I ever say that? And then you happened about it again. You're a fucking liar.
No.
You just did.
No.
You just did again?
That's not true.
You're a miserable liar. You're a fucking dirty liar.
You want to be racist. You want to be racist. Look, I did not lie, but you said.
It's okay that don't worry.
Hold on.
Because I don't know shit about you. I have no shit about you, man.
That wasn't even true. That's not where that came from.
Okay, well, it's Royal. Royal's part of the clan. Royal's part of the clan that was trying to assassinate me. Character assassination. In Royal, they have this little thing. I didn't know you were into midgets, Royal.
Stop crying.
I didn't know you were into midgets, you little fuck.
Stop crying like a little bitch.
Shut the fuck up.
Here's the thing. Hold on. Ray, stop involving yourself. You guys don't even know what we're talking about. I did not lie that I never said that. What I said was, according to what you said.
He said I never said that.
You can give fire as much as you want. You're not giving me the space. You're not giving me the space to respond, and you're not giving me mod. But you want to say
That's the problem. You fucking lie.
Another.
I'm gonna give you the space to mute the fuck up. Is what I'm gonna do.
It's not my fault.
Because
If you got
everything comes out of your vile fucking mouth is a lie. That's all that comes out of your mouth is a fucking lie.
Everybody say goodbye to this faggot.
Goodbye, faggot. Bye, faggot. Aisha.
Hello.
Zion is a pedophile supporter.
Who is this? Is this resistance?
This is Ricky Responsible.
I thought the same thing.
You say everything is over here.
This is the guy you were ready to destroy you, cocksucker.
I stepped into something deep here. What's going on?
That's right.
Just listen first.
That's right.
I don't know.
Don't tell me to listen. Who the fuck said
So
that?
if you want to get a dose of oxytocin, you are welcome to the room. There's a lot of love going around. These men have got more estrogen than I am related to this.
Sounds freaky kind of going on here. He's real with a lot of fascinating. You're gonna get neutered. You're gonna chop your balls real quick into a transgender.
It is a fascinating room. After 28 days of Clubhouse, this is a cute room.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting how you have brown people supporting Israel. That's funny. We got ourselves.
Who is that?
We
Who is
have Daniel. We have Pate. We have Doc. We have Ilan. It seems like we have a lot of confirmed dick suckers in here. Like I'm just saying.
Dude, what are you talking about? I've literally been like staying out of your guys' fight.
Yeah, you've been.
Is there a correlation between being a Zionist and like a dick sucker? Is that someone ever studied?
I'm a Zionist.
Do we have a
Is there a correlation between being a
I'm a Zionist. I'm a Zionist anti-Semite.
I mean, Daniel, you're a confirmed dick sucker, so like that's not your
Yeah, I know, Ricky.
Oh my goodness. I was on a phone call. So how did Ewan's attempt again to try and assassinate my character? How did it go? So why do you guys honestly judge?
It's like an assassination of character, baby.
Drama queen.
I'm a drama queen.
You love it. Yeah.
Can't stand it that I'm around retards. So if everybody can meet up, I'll tell you how this all started.
because Ewan has the height of like the IQ of a fucking snail. So I said, listen, Ewan, stop attacking Muslims in my room because you don't know how to defend it properly. So he keeps going on, and he argued with me for an hour how he wants to attack Muslims and their religion. And I said, you're not that bright. Stop doing it. It's a bad look for my room. And he kept arguing, I think you're making a big mistake, baby. Like stupid shit like this guy, right? So then he goes to another room. Shut the fuck up. This actually did happen in our room. There's people here supporting him. So I said, stop talking about it. I don't want you to keep attacking the Muslim religion. You're dumb. You don't know how to fucking defend it. If you did, it'd be a different story. But you have the IQ of a fucking snail. So then he goes into another room, and resistance is a fucking
Just for reference, what is the IQ?
Another room.
So hold on. So resistance is a vicious animal on this app. And he actually, what he did was that day, he came in so calm, and Ewan starts attacking his religion. He said, child sex marriages, like rapes, grooming gangs, and so on. So then resistance goes calmly, and I was like, wow, out of a movie. He goes, hey, you follow your book, and you're worried about, you're questioning how I follow my book? But I was in a room, Ewan, where you said you sucked your coworker off and swallowed it. And Ewan goes, yes, I did, and I'm proud of it. I'm married now, I'm not gay. So I said, holy fuck, you sick fuck. Not only do you not know how to rebuttal, but you gave a guy with an empty gun bullets.
That's also what Amy said, by the way.
So this guy's a pathological liar.
I mean, the way resistance started is like you have no moral stand.
None. And they're making fun of his religion.
That's right.
So then I attacked him. I'm like, this guy is dumber than dumb. Because he wants to attack the religion, doesn't know how to defend it, and then he openly admits he sucked the dick.
Maybe
And
that's
swallowed it. And then someone said he's proud of it.
First off,
You say like there's something wrong with it. Ask Daniel.
I don't compare Ewan to Daniel. Daniel's married. That's his lifestyle. Ewan goes, listen, I decided being gay wasn't for me after I sucked it and swallowed it.
Yeah, that's not true, though. It's just
You're supposed to know that before you suck it, you fucking loser.
I mean,
You're not supposed to go around and say, listen, I want to find out if I'm gay. Let me suck a couple of cocks. It doesn't work like that.
I guess you changed your mind after that.
No, it doesn't work like that, bro.
All you faggot ass mods are a bunch of cocksuckers.
I know, it's pretty gay in here right now. Sorry, bro.
I think that was directed towards you, and he was talking about a cocksucker.
I mean, you like treating, so.
Simon, you're a faggot.
And then the whole funny thing is they already played that. They played 2 videos, and everybody declared that that wasn't you, but you're still going on your own lies. You said,
Well, okay, so most of the discussions that I've had.
I'm the idiot teams up for a raging anti-Semite to attack a Jew because he's such a low-life fucking loser on this side.
No, do you know what?
Yeah, you're a low-life. You're a low-life. You're the worst type of Jew. That's the problem. I'm a proud Jew. You're a worthless Jew. That's the difference.
No, you're kind of a scumbag.
You don't know how to fucking rebuttal. You don't know how to argue with people. So his rebuttal was, there's grooming gangs, and there's over like 20, 30 rapes every day. And somebody goes, give us receipts. He goes, what do you mean? It's everywhere. They go, prove it. He goes, everybody knows. That's not proving it. That means you're a fucking idiot. Because if you actually could fucking prove it and show stats, it would have been great. You don't know how to rebuttal. You make up a stupid fucking lie.
I think
That's all lies.
that's a point.
That's a shame.
I realize that you've been debating
You're the one getting.
yelling at
I'm not getting
me
upset
for
about
1
this.
hour because you are measuring who sucks more dick of the 2 of you.
I know.
The difference is I don't suck dick.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, for me, like the way I look at this,
Let me see. I don't need to test it to see if it's for me. You're fucking weird.
No. What I'm saying though is that I'm pretty low right now. He's the one that's freaking out. You gotta chill.
Really good, wow.
No, baby, you gotta chill out. Like, just relax, dude. I'm trying to.
No, it's hot. That's the nothing to do with being homophobic. See, you're missing that's the whole problem. You guys are all missing the context.
What are you talking about?
You're attacking a Muslim on the app. You don't tell them. You like if you're gay, you're gay, right? That's nothing you can do about that, right? That's just who you are. God bless you. You don't tell people. I just tried to suck a dick. I swallowed it. I'm proud of it, but I'm not gay no more. I'm married and I have kids. And you fucking with the
Maybe that makes you bisexual.
Daniel, do you
Yeah,
that?
baby, you are bisexual.
Daniel, if you
No,
only
he's
love
not. He's
me and you leave your husband, do you stop being gay?
I'm still gay. He's bisexual.
That's my whole fucking point. And he got extremely offended. And I told him that. And he said, no, I'm not. And he started getting angry because he made a room and he's like, so what? I sucked it 19 years ago. And he couldn't stop doing it. I'm like, yo, bro, you should have lied about that fucking
In your 40s, you can fucking hang out with trannies.
Hold on, let
So,
Daniel talk. I'm
I was
tired.
19 at the time.
No, just ask, what if it's just a dick?
No, I think it was, but he swallowed it too. So,
No, what's it just?
I could give zero fucks about this. I don't care about it. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's like, baby, this is the thing. You're the one that's screaming right now. I'm like,
because I'm ashamed of how stupid you are. I'm embarrassed that you call yourself a Jew. You tag up team with a fucking raging anti-Semite. What do you mean? He said you're a Jew.
No, I'm Jewish, but like, I'm not like.
Jewish? Since when?
Oh, it's
What
okay.
are you talking about, Zach?
Now I want to hear it.
Since when?
Since I was a child. My mom's Jewish.
Why is this the first time I hear about this?
I don't know. Because if we weren't talking about.
How did
Because we weren't talking about.
Jewish?
Yeah, because I don't really follow it. I'm not religiously Jewish. I'm just ethnically Jewish. Like, I don't really follow it at all.
They're pulling your Jew card. It seems like people are pulling it out now. You can't.
So I am 4% Jewish. Do I get to say I'm
Pending
Jewish?
further approval.
According to my DNA, I have 4% Jewishness in me. Do I claim to be Jewish?
Mazel tov.
It's not like we have a central issue that you just
Someone famous database and can pull people's Jew cards.
Yeah, exactly. Do I get a Jew card with 4%?
4% Jewish in you is just a dick.
That's Daniel just getting started.
Yeah, it is just triple X time for us. It's 3:40 a.m.
Alright, yes, I'm going to
Is this the one night you said?
Daniel, will you please point out to Ash that yesterday you confirmed that faggot is not that's not an offensive term to gay people.
What is it?
To me, it's not an offensive.
To you, yeah.
Which one?
The term faggot.
So all I learned today is that so the two Jew boys are fighting over which one's a gay or Jew.
And obviously you weren't listening.
I would let the boys fight.
I maybe get angry. I'm chill. I'm laughing.
Of course you're chill. You're the guy that said you sucked a dick once.
And here I was thinking you guys were friends because when you go
I never ever liked this guy ever once. I told him to get the fuck out of our room and he got all fucking pissed
you're
about
going
it.
to do that. When you go into your profile, I can see that you
It's what happened, you and you're a pathological liar.
So
I'm not palatable. No, I
Yuan's Bibi, if you go into Yuan's profile, it says that he's been recently chatting with you, and so I was assuming you guys are friends.
Yeah, that's true. On my profile right now, it looks like we're besties, baby.
We're not besties.
I think we should both block each other. So
I'm gonna block.
I'm not a tranny, so.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe this guy's still trying to press that line? That's how sick you are.
That's you. I'm listening to the video.
I just wanted to go here. Bibi, why does it bother you so much that Yuan has sucked a dick with his own mouth?
It's not about that. I don't give a fuck that he sucks dick. It's that he wants to argue with these people and then he puts other Jews in danger because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about
I get it.
or how to do it. And he's bringing. So yeah, you and shut the
should have.
Very uneducated.
Let me make the point. Let me make the point though, is that mostly what I've been trying to talk about is
It's
what's
sex
going on in the
grooming
UK.
gangs and bad Muslims and
It's a
whole bunch
huge
of crap.
there is
But
a
he doesn't
huge
know how to
issue there.
rebuttal it. That's the problem. They
I
snap
do. I provided stats like multiple times.
You're a liar. You're no liar.
What? No, I'm not lying. There's literally a national investigation going on in the UK about this now because the government was forced to do it. There's hundreds of
We just
thousands of
opened up a
victims
platform
of
for
grooming
these guys
gangs.
to do this shit now.
But that's what's happening. That's like literally that's on the front of newspapers, BB. So you might not know about it. You might be uneducated about it. But in reality, there's some major issues
I always start
going on
fights
where I
and
live.
finish. You start fights and
No, you're a fucking idiot. You are an uneducated fucking moron.
You want to tag people in because that's the problem. So you start that
I provided
argument
stats.
in my room.
I provided
And I
stats.
told you don't bring that shit up in my room because you're not
I'll bring up the issues going on in where I live in the UK. I think that's fucking ridiculous. American in the UK.
And you have to know how to really confuse.
Well, I guess Canadians are.
No, so BB,
So the British have
you fuck right off.
the British have Elton John. Who's the choreographer? They don't want to hear it. Who's the king of the gay Jews? Elton John is the king for the UK. Like who's the king for the Jews?
Are a type of American.
Exactly. But they don't want to hear it.
America. Can everybody say faggot at the same time?
Faggot.
Look out of what? 1, 2, 3.
No, but we can
Yeah,
form
they
the
gotta do
word faggot here. So if I put up an F and Daniel an A and Pepe a G and Vivi a G and Simon an O and you a T, we can form the word. Let's go. Would I give you with the letter I said?
Alphabetical order.
Like this. Pepe.
I was on the phone. Sorry. Hold on.
T. Come on, baby. Another T.
UN. Oh, you wanted to spell it out? I was just going to give you the answer.
Oh, come on. That's
Baby.
What am I, a G?
Give me a D.
Almost. Give me my G, BB.
start over.
No.
God want us to start over.
Isa, give me a T.
Okay.
There's too many G's.
There's too many Isas in this room.
Yeah.
Isn't the Jesus? Wait, isn't the Jesus Isa in?
You can hop in. Yeah.
Oh, and Simon is the O in faggot.
Come on, Simon. Come on, you're not holding up your.
Oh, shit.
And now we can spell finger nugget.
Oh my god. There we go.
Saying so much.
Everybody's letters are expiring.
Oh, finger nugget.
Crazy.
Simon is sleeping. What the hell is going on with him? I'm gonna throw him to the audience.
You gotta start with this notion of Lashon Hara.
Of what?
Lashon Hara, evil tongue, like gossiping and.
This was fun.
Yeah.
It's like one of the worst things
You're saying
It was a terrible room. It was fun.
backbiting her.
No, evil tongue. Like bad speech. Gossiping. Gossiping is bad. You got the same thing in your religion?
Yeah.
Because it's hers. I actually know somebody with my last name Shabazz. And her father's Muslim. I'm not. Just so ignorant. It's my brain. 111, it's always Wednesday. I'm the main character. Listen, Mr. Freshy, let's not talk about how fresh you are, sir.
I just be messing with you, man. I ain't got no problems with you, bro. Yeah, please just